Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you very much for joining me again. Hope we're all doing good. Fuck me, earphones are. I don't know what's going on here. How is everyone? Are we on the eve of another Liverpool game, another game in the Champions League against Frankfurt? We're going to be talking about that and other things as well. But my God, oh gee, this is. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, man. Liverpool fan base is in meltdown. We're in crisis. Everyone is all over the place. I don't even know what I'm thinking anymore. And, I'm all over the place. I'm like, I don't even know what to think. This is a crazy time to be a Liverpool fan right now, because 4 or 5 months ago, it was the best place ever to be as a Liverpool fan. Now we're all depressed, down, and can't be fucked. So we're going to talk about it. Big up, everyone. Make sure you're hitting the like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you're hitting the share. I hope you're all doing well. Big up shouts in the chat. Big up Helsinki. Big up somebody as well. Big up Faya in the chat as well. This is my favourite intro. Yeah, I keep messing around with the intros, trying to get it right and all that. It's quite a good tune as well. So, yeah. Yeah, I like the tune, man. I like the tune. Big up to you. Big up. Is it Faya in the chat? Big up to you. Big up Lewis in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well. Big up Jamie. I can't see us. I can see us absolutely getting battered tomorrow. Yeah, man. It's yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be nasty, man. It's gotta be nasty. As I said, can Slot survive? He's a make or break next 5 matches. We know these next 5 matches coming up are tough games, man. We have got tough games coming up. Frankfurt tomorrow night. Away to Brentford on Saturday night, 8 p.m. kickoff is not going to be easy at all. Then, obviously, we've got the Crystal Palace game, which I will be at. I'm hoping Liverpool start to play well, so, I can at least enjoy my time at Anfield watching Liverpool win a game of football. That would be nice. So I'm going to be at that game. And then, obviously, we've got Manchester City and Real Madrid, or Real Madrid, Man City, sorry. Massive 5 games, huge for this football club. And, yeah, Slot's got to sort shit out, man. He has. He's just got to sort this out now. No more effing, no more blinding, no more, experimentation. Just sort this out now, because this is a crisis. And if we lose to Frankfurt, I can't see us beating Brentford either. And that'll be 6 losses in a row. And for me, I don't care. I am not completely Slot out right now. I want him to change it around. I want him to change the tide. But if he loses the next 2 games, it's going to be very difficult for me anyway to sit there and go, no, he's got to have time, because 6 losses in a row when your Liverpool Football Club is not on, man. It's just not on. It really ain't. So these are massive for Arne Slot. People might not like the title of my video. Big up Scraps. Big up Colin as well in the chat. Big up somebody as well. Helsinki Lewis. Big up all you guys in the chat, man. Appreciate you all being here. I've had people come at me the last few days saying they don't like the titles of the videos like lately, or thumbnails or stuff like that. Look, I'll just be quite honest with people. I'm not here clickbaiting anyone. It's just honest questions. Can Slot survive? It's a question. We'll talk about it. And we've got massive 5 games coming up, and it has to the tide has to change. We can't keep losing games of football and just think, it's all right, we're losing games. It's all right. At the end of the day, it's not all right, is it? And things have to change. And, we are Liverpool. We talk about how big of a football club we are. We're a huge football club with this and that. Sometimes you have to act like a huge football club. And if things are not going your way, and it's not going away with the manager, and you like the manager, you respect the manager, who won you the league previously, I get all that. You can thank them and remember them for them times. But if we are a big football clubs have to act. Now, I don't think FSG are going to go and sack Arne Slot, anytime soon, in my opinion. If Liverpool lose to Frankfurt and Brentford in our next 2 games, I think even FSG would have to look at it and go, nothing's going to change here. Like nothing. Arne Slot right now can't, for me, surely Arne Slot right now has to change things. He has to. Yeah, he's got no choice now. I did say after the defeat against Man United that it actually might be the game we needed. Maybe it's the game that Slot needed to lose. Maybe that was the game that Arne Slot needed to lose because, Arne Slot is very stubborn. He comes across very stubborn in his post-match interviews and his match reactions, and he's blatant. He doesn't really take accountability and blames others, and he keeps with the same thing. But even him, with this Man United loss, surely it is the slap in the face that he may be needed to go, you know what, I have to change it. I have to change it. I have to play, maybe play differently than I've played before. Maybe I've got to play a system that I don't really like playing just to get Liverpool back winning games again. Big up Matt in the chat, man. I agree with everything you say as well. Big up my man Scraps as well. Big up man like SNH in the chat as well. Fine margins is an irritating comment. SNH, not you. The Slot comment of fine margins irritates me because it's not fine margins. It's not fine margins. Now, do I understand what Slot is saying about missed opportunities and missed chances from the players? Yes, I do. But that's only one side of the story because at the same time, the opposition, no matter who we play, have a shitload of opportunities they could miss. So in theory, the opposition manager can say exactly the same as our manager. Oh, we missed about 4 chances today. We could have scored 4 or 5. There's no difference. So, yeah, Slot's right, but he's also wrong at the same time. He's also wrong at the same time. And, yeah. And things need to change, man. Big up Luke in the chat as well. We've been awful since January, but people don't like to say it because we won the league. I don't think we was awful. I know a lot of people have brought out the losses in 2025, and I hear it. I get it. But a lot of it has to be in... I mean, we only lost 4 Premier League games last season. That's the mad thing. And 2 of them losses came after we won the Premier League. So, I don't think... You have to put everything in a bit of context sometimes. I'm not really caring about the 2 losses after we won the Premier League because the Premier League is done. You finished. As soon as you won the trophy, you finished. The season's done. There's nothing else you can do. So that don't bother me too much. The loss against PSG, we won 1 game, lost the other game. So, yeah, there's that. That's 1 loss. Obviously, the loss in the FA Cup, the loss in the League Cup final. There's 3 losses. So, yeah, a lot of it has to be in context, obviously. But performances weren't good. That's not in context. Performances weren't great either. Here's one thing I will say, though, right? And I need to get this off my chest because I see this on Twitter all the time in the last couple of days, right? Individual performances do matter from footballers, yeah? When they're missing opportunities to score goals or when they're one-on-one and stuff like that, it is an issue. And the reason I bring this up, yeah, because I used to say this, right, under Jurgen Klopp, right? I used to say this under Jurgen Klopp. Because Klopp was so well loved, yeah, and rightly so. When players used to miss opportunities not to score goals in the Jurgen Klopp era, especially in the last 2 years of Jurgen, and we didn't win matches we should have won and we lost games or drew games because our players didn't take the chances in front of goal they needed to take. I used to blame the manager. I used to blame Jurgen for his tactics and system, yeah, and rightly so. I think in the last 2 years of Jurgen Klopp, he didn't get his tactics or system correct. We weren't as good as we should have been. But in other content creators were blaming the individual players for not taking their chances. I sat on shows when content creators used to say, Yeah, well, if Darwin took more chances than that, we would have won more games, and that's a fair point. But if Alexander Isak and Ekatike and all that took their chances, we should have won more games. So I do think there's a bias in the Liverpool fan base right now. Everyone wants Jurgen Klopp back. I get it. I hear it. I don't. I don't want him ever to manage Liverpool ever again. That's just madness. But the last 2 years of Jurgen weren't the greatest, in my opinion. The last 2 years of Jurgen weren't the greatest. You know, I sat here and watched the game when we're beating Real Madrid 2-0, right? We're beating Real Madrid 2-0 at Anfield, yeah? And I did the watch along for it, and we lost that game 5-2. Lost that game 5-2. After that game, people came out and blamed the players and not Jurgen. Yeah, they blamed the players and not Jurgen himself. I was the only one cursing Jurgen Klopp because how can you go 2-0 up at home against Real Madrid and lose that game 5-2? I don't get it. But other people were blaming the players. So I do feel like if you've got a manager you really love and you really like, you've got to when you've got a manager you really love and like, I think you get away with a lot more when things aren't going your way. I really do. Jurgen Klopp was so loved, no matter what went wrong, he can get away with it because he's so loved. With Arne Slot, not a lot of people like him. So when it's going wrong for Arne Slot, he's not going to get the same love and protection from people. And I hear that. I understand that. I prefer Jurgen Klopp to Arne Slot. I mean, who doesn't, right? But I try and keep things quite real, yeah. I try and keep things quite realistic. I try and keep things quite real about these sort of things. I was one of the only content creators actually going at Klopp in the last 2 years of his reign who had the guts to talk about it. Remember, guys, how badly I got put down for it? I got put on Red Men TV and they took the piss out of me on there and stuff like that. You know, because I had the guts to talk about it because we weren't playing well enough for me, in my opinion, with the team we had and the players we had at that time, where I believe we should have won more than we did. I think we should have won more under Jurgen Klopp than we actually did, yeah? And I had the guts to say that, and I still have the guts to say it. A lot of people don't. But a lot of people blame the players. It's the players' fault. You know, Darwin Núñez can't hit a backdoor. He can't score a goal, but Klopp kept playing him week in, week out. And I'm like, whose fault is it then? Like Darwin can't score for shit, yeah? Darwin came on. This is where I think we're all a bit hypocritical, yeah? Darwin Núñez misses a lot of chances, right? And didn't score a lot of goals, right? And we can have a go. But Isak, Salah, Ekatike, they're all missing chances as well, but no one says anything. No one says anything because no one likes Arne Slot, and this is the issue. I don't think it matters how good of a manager someone is. If you don't like them, it don't matter. I honestly believe that. If people don't like a manager, no matter what, it just doesn't matter. Big up, Matt. Oh, I won't. Matt, be honest, I don't know what you said because I weren't looking at the chat. I don't know what you said. I weren't looking at the chat, man. So it's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I think a lot of PR comes with managers. If a manager's very likable, I think we give them more time, more chances to get things right. If a manager's not very likable, we just don't want them at the football club. You know, and it's just the way it is. It's the way it is. And I understand it. I get it. It makes sense. Slot at this moment in time is not likable. Yeah, I don't know anyone who really liked Arne Slot like that as a personality, as a person. Yeah. See, my favourite, apart from Jurgen Klopp, my favourite manager for Liverpool in the Premier League era was Gerard Houllier. I really, really liked Gerald Houllier. I thought he was a decent, nice guy, right? And I really, really liked him. I didn't really like Rafa Benitez, right? But a lot of people love Rafa Benitez because he won the Champions League, yeah? So a lot of people really love Rafa. And I get it. But as a person, I really love Gerald Houllier. I think Gerald Houllier gets forgotten as Liverpool manager. He's the one who brought Liverpool back. You know, he's the one who started to bring Liverpool back in the Premier League era. Liverpool were floundering for years in the Premier League from 92. And it was Gerard Houllier who brought Liverpool back. You know, and then Rafa Benitez pretty much won the Champions League with Gerard Houlier's team and stuff like that. So, but again, that's what people like, yeah? You know, it just... Now, Rafa Benitez football wasn't the greatest, yeah, but a lot of people really liked Rafa, so we gave him chances, yeah, gave him time. I don't really hate, at this moment in time I do, right? At this moment in time, I absolutely hate it. But last season, I liked slot ball, yeah? I liked the football we were playing under Arne Slot last season. Some of the football we were playing was really, really good. It's just this season, it's dog shit, and I don't like it. You know, there's no patterns of play, there's no system, there's no tactics. It's all a bit, it's just shit at the moment. I don't like it, I don't enjoy it. Last season I did, and that's just me, yeah? That's me on a personal level. I don't talk for everyone, it's just me. I sat there enjoying watching Liverpool play last season under Arne Slot. I enjoyed it. I like the patterns of play we played with. I like the system we played with. I enjoyed it, yeah? I enjoyed it. You know, there was still some risk to our game, but a bit of safety approach as well at the same time. Liked it. Right now, I don't. Right now, it's absolutely dog poo. It's dog poo. Like, we're slow now from the back to the front. Last season, we were playing slowly out of the back to go through people's press, and then we were playing quick on the other end. So it went from slow, we built the pace up to the front end of the pitch. Now, right now, Liverpool plays slow here. They play slow here, and they play slow at the end of the pitch. There's no pace difference from one end to the pitch to the other. Last season, the build-up was slow from the back, and then the pace picked up as we attacked. I like that. Now, it's slow, goes into midfield slowly, and it goes into the attack slowly. Everything's too slow. Just move quicker. I don't know why we play slowly all the way through the pitch. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But it's like different kinds of football that people like and enjoy. You know, the Anfield crowd for me now, I think the Liverpool Anfield crowd now is so entwined in the way Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool used to play. It's like they can't get excited to watch anything else. I think people forget what Liverpool used to be built on. Liverpool used to be built on possession-based football, keeping the ball, possession-based, move, pass and move, yeah? That was what Liverpool were brought up on, yeah? Liverpool used to be quite boring to watch. You know, my dad used to tell me Liverpool weren't the most exciting team that used to be able to watch, yeah? Because Liverpool used the pass-back rule better than any other club, right? If they got in trouble, just pass it back to the keeper, pick it up, all that sort of stuff, yeah? I remember when the pass-back rule was got rid of in 1992. Like everyone, all rivals used to say, "Oh, Liverpool are fucked now because they can't just pay it back to the goalkeeper to pick up." Liverpool didn't, but the Klopp era of football was so exciting. I think that the Anfield crowd now has just got so like the Anfield crowd won't come alive unless we play Klopp football, unless we play end-to-end basketball. It's the only time the crowd come alive now, and I think they got so entwined with it. That's the only football they want to see. Now, Liverpool winning all their home games apart from Nottingham Forest last season, playing good football, yeah? The crowd didn't care. The crowd didn't care. They want to see higher tempo, higher pressing basketball games of football, end-to-end craziness, you know, high energy craziness that gets them off their feet. That's what the Anfield crowd want to see. And they're so entwined in that. That's never going to happen again. This is the problem. This is the problem right now. That's never going to happen again unless Jurgen Klopp becomes Liverpool manager. So the Anfield crowd never going to be as excited again unless it's Jurgen Klopp as manager. Because whoever we get is not going to be Jurgen Klopp after Arne Slot. And we're not going to play that kind of football. You know, we're not going to play that kind of football. So again, I ask you guys, what is going to get the Anfield crowd excited now? What's going to get the Anfield crowd excited now? What style of football is this Anfield crowd going to like? Because by the sounds of it, they only want to watch, you know, high octane, high tempo, end-to-end risky football that gets them on the edge of their seat. You know, running through a brick wall for everybody kind of football, yeah? You know, win at all costs, yeah? Hate, you know, everyone hates us, we don't care sort of scenario. What other manager you going to get that, apart from Jurgen Klopp that plays in that style? There ain't none. There literally ain't none. There ain't no one else that plays that Jurgen Klopp style apart from Jurgen Klopp that the fans will love. So the Anfield crowd at the moment, I just don't get. You know, I don't blame them being quiet for this Arne Slot football right now in this season. I get it; it's shit. Why would they be cheering? I'm not saying that, but even last season when the football was good, we were winning game after game after game after game. They didn't care. The crowd did not care. They just didn't. They just didn't care. It weren't that same kind of atmosphere. The only time the atmosphere came alive at Anfield was towards the end of the season when they knew we was about to win the Premier League title, like the Tottenham Hotspur game and stuff like that, and the game before, you know, a couple of Anfield games before that when we were close to winning the title. That's when the crowd came alive. You know, singing their songs, we're winning the league, you know, all this sort of stuff. But in between all that, they don't really like, they don't want this kind of football. They just don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. And it don't entertain them. And everyone's been talking about the Anfield crowd now for about a year and a half now. And it's since Klopp left. It just, even in Klopp's last year, I think a lot of people were talking about the Anfield crowd because even in Klopp's last year, we weren't that entertained watching Klopp football because we all said it was Pep Lijnders' ball. You know, unless everyone's going to forget people said that. In Jurgen Klopp's last season, we were playing Pep Lijnders' football, yeah? Everyone said it. We're not very exciting to watch. What's happened? We play a bit boring now. We play this slow side-to-side football. And it was Pep Lijnders' football. Remember, the crowd at Anfield got quiet that year as well. Everyone was going, what's wrong with Anfield? What's wrong with Anfield? Because we weren't playing the Jurgen Klopp style, even when Jurgen Klopp's still there. We were playing the Pep Lijnders style of football, and everyone kept talking about it. People are probably not going to remember this now because people don't like remembering things, but it's true. It's true. They didn't like it. Crowd didn't like it. Do you know what I mean? Crowd didn't like it. They want to see high octane football, and that was the last year. The last year of Jurgen, the crowd didn't like it. So I don't know what sort of football they want to watch, personally. But Slot's football this season, he's got no tactics, no system, no way he wants to play. I'm sort of lost. I enjoy it. Not enjoy watching Liverpool. I like watching Liverpool because they're my team. So when they're on, I never miss a game. Like, I'm looking forward to watching tomorrow's game madly, although I shouldn't be, but I am looking forward to it. But right now, we've got nothing going for us. I don't know our style of play. I don't know our tactics. I don't know the system we're playing. I don't know why he keeps playing players that shouldn't be playing. There's so many players that actually don't suit the system he wants to play, which is crazy to me. Now, Klopp wants to play this outscore the other team kind of football. That's what he said. You know, Slot has gone on record and says it's not all about possession. It's about scoring more goals than the opposition. All right? I get that, all right? So you want to play in the opposition half. The only way to do that is meaning. So what Slot means by this, so everyone asks me, What is Arne Slot's style of football? Yeah, what's Arne Slot's type type of football? What Arne Slot's type of football is? Yeah, he wants to outscore the opposition. Yeah, he wants to outscore the opposition, and possession doesn't really matter too much like that. Like, we don't need to have build up play, build up play, build up play. If you're going to need to outscore the opposition, that means that most of your players need to be in the opposition half. So it's about controlling the game in the opposition half, in the attacking half, and outscoring the opposition. Right, if that's the case, then he's picking all the wrong players. If that's the case, he's picking all the wrong players, because we're picking all players that can't pass the football, because if you lose the ball, that's why all our players are in the opposition half constantly, and we get turned over constantly because we don't keep the ball. You've got a midfielder in our club right now who should play week in, week out. If you want to play this style of football, there's a player in our club right now that should play week in, week out, and that's Curtis Jones. Simple as that. Curtis Jones is the footballer that suits more in this midfield than majority of midfielders we have in our club right now, if you want to play this way. Because Curtis Jones keeps the football. Curtis Jones keeps the football. He keeps it simple, which helps with control. You know, he's not looking for the Hollywood pass and giving it away all the time. The thing about Curtis Jones, he keeps the possession. He keeps the ball. He's a good footballer. People just don't like him, right? But he's actually a good footballer. His pass percentage is quite high because he retains possession. He's not got the Hollywood ball in him, yeah. He's not got that pass in him, but he's a give and go kind of footballer. He calls for the football. He likes to hold on to it, and then he likes to play give and goes and keeps moving. It's perfect for this Slot system that Slot wants to play. That's perfect. It's perfect for Arnold. It's perfect. So I don't get why Curtis don't play. I just don't get it. And again, the form thing, we talk about form a lot. You know, I don't think things are down to form, because McAllister's got no form whatsoever. And McAllister hasn't had form since the end of last season. You know, he had a poor pre-season. He's been injured in and out, but Arne Slot keeps picking him. Why, I don't know. But again, Curtis Jones and McAllister, if McAllister's fit and in firing form, McAllister and Curtis Jones should play in this midfield, because they keep the ball. They're not always looking for the Hollywood pass. They just pass and move, keep things simple, keep control. You know, if you go play this system where you want to outscore the opposition, right, and you want all your other players in the opposition half, right, like he does, have a look at every single Liverpool game this season. When we're attacking, all our players are in the opposition half. So it tells you straight away what he wants to do, right? That means you need players that can keep the ball and not give it away all the time. You need players to do that. But he keeps picking the wrong players, man, to do that. Doesn't make sense. It's why I wanted Mark Gay in, to play into that midfield area as a centre-back, to drift into their midfield areas as a centre-back, to pass the ball, you know, to move the ball and pass it. I understand how Slot wants to play, but he's just not picking the players in the system to do it. And you can't play 4-3-3 anymore. It's not working. It drives me mad. This 4-3-3 or this 4-2-4, whatever. Just pick the 11 that is correct and move with it. Stop playing 18 different right backs every single week. Stop playing Kirkes, who's just not good, and put Robbo back in the team. I was one of the only Liverpool people that said, I think Scrap said it as well, big up Scraps, who said Robbo should stay in the team. I don't think Robbo was as bad as everyone keeps making him out to be. I really don't. I don't know why Robbo's just been like ousted from this side with all his experience and knowledge. We're going through this difficult time right now. Robbo should be in the team. Put your vice captain in the side. Why is Robbo not even getting game time? He's not even coming on as a sub now. We're going through this shit spell Get Robbo on the pitch. Get some leadership. Someone who's been there and done it. Robbo's been there when we've gone through bad times before. Yeah? Robbo's been there. Put him on the pitch, man. Kirkes is 21. His head's all over the place. He doesn't know what's going on right now. You know, his head's all over the shop right now. You know, in the last game against Man United, he did what everyone wanted him to do. Get forward, make overlaps, cross the ball and all that. He can't even cross the ball now. Like, everyone tell me Kirkes is a quality crosser. He put in 27 crosses against Man United. None of them were good. I guarantee you right now, Robbo would have put in one better cross than all of the crosses Kirkes put in against Man United. I guarantee you, Robbo would have put one on he would have put one on someone's head. Yeah? He would have put one on someone's head. Get Robbo in the team, man. Do you know what's irritating everyone as well? For a lot of Liverpool fans, because we're not playing well right now, it doesn't look like it, yeah? But for a lot of Liverpool fans, this is the best squad we've ever had. You know, depending on your age and how long you've been watching Liverpool, this is arguably the best squad Liverpool have ever had in the Premier League era. For like amount of players, for depth and starting 11. And it's shit. And we're getting things wrong. And we're not doing things simply. You know, I'm stuck. A lot of people think like it's too much for Arne. Arne obviously managed in the Netherlands most of his life, but he always managed like Feyenoord or AZ Alkmaar. He never got like the PSV or the Ajax job, which are, you know, seen as the two biggest teams in the Netherlands, is Ajax and PSV. Yeah, they're the ones that, you know, especially the Ajax job, where you maybe get a higher level of footballer, right, to play for your team, right? Slot's never really had this high level of footballers in his managerial career. That's a fact that we can all agree with, yeah? Slot has never managed or coached a higher level of players that he's playing with right now in his career. And he's only been his coaching career has only been quite short. You know, I think he's only been a coach for like 8 or 9 years. It's a small coaching career he's had. He's not the most experienced of coaches either. But he's never coached players of this quality. And I've seen a lot of people say maybe he can't get the best out of these players because it's just never been around this quality before. Maybe that's the issue there. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Man. Let's see what your comments are here. I mean, I keep saying it, Ekatike and Isak. If you got to pick one, if you're not picking one, just pick the other or play both. Try and get both in the same team. You know, the fact that Ekatike is being dropped right now for Alexander Isak is a madness for me. I like Alexander Isak and I like Ekatike, and I'm glad we got both players. I hate this shit I'm hearing right now. Maybe we shouldn't have bought Isak when we bought Ekatike. No, I want both players, man. The manager should be good enough to be able to coach both players. It's not Alexander Isak and it's not Ekatike's fault that they've joined Liverpool Football Club, yeah? We should have bought both of them. But the manager's got to be better at coaching both of them to get the best out of both of them. What's wrong with that? I hate this narrative that, oh, maybe we shouldn't have. Yeah, no, fuck that bullshit. I want both of them. Do you want to be the best team in the world or not? I do. I want both of them. The manager needs to work out how to manage them. He needs to work out who is his number one striker, play him, and play him properly. Right? I don't care what his name is. I don't care if it's Isak. I don't care if it's Ekatike. Yeah? They're both quality. Pick one. He's your starter. Play him. If you want to play both of them, find a solution about it, find a system, and find a formation that plays both of them in your 11. Do that. Get them both in your team. Get them both in if you feel like it. Because I think Slot does. I actually think Slot feels like he needs to play both of them, but he doesn't want to drop a Cody Gakpo or a Mo Salah. I don't think... Here's a crazy one. Maybe we don't see the real Arne Slot team till Mo Salah leaves Liverpool Football Club. Because a lot of people have been saying that Mo Salah in the team right now, we can't change system, we can't change formation. We have got so many players now where we can change the formation and system. But if you play Mo Salah, you can't. You can't play 4-4-2 with Mo Salah. You can't play 3 at the back with Mo Salah. Mo Salah has to play in a 4-3-3 formation or some kind of front 3 formation. You can't change it or do anything else if Mo Salah's playing. Now, I love Mo Salah to death. He's my favourite player. I love the guy, right? But he's not playing well right now. This is the worst form I've ever seen Mo Salah in my life. I don't care if he's on £400,000 a week. Sit on bench, man. Sit on bench. Change the formation up. Change the system up. Let's go Ekitike and Isak up top. Let's go Frimpong at right midfield, where it would suit his game much, much more. Play him at right midfield. Play 2 in the middle, and then play someone on the left, and then play Ekitike and Isak up front. Play Verts on the left midfield. Play your 2 midfielders. Play Frimpong at the right midfield. Play Isak and Ekitike up front, because Ekitike will drop naturally deeper, so he goes in behind. So it's almost like a 4-4-1-1, where Ekitike is the link between the midfield and the attack, and Isak is... Verts gets a bit more freedom playing off the left. Frimpong's playing in his natural position in right midfield. The 2 in the midfield. Change it up a bit. Drop Salah for a few games. Tell him, look, fuck you. You're not performing right now and you're playing against us most of the time. I want to change things. Maybe we can't change things right now because we should be building on the future. You don't go and buy Verts, Ekitike and... Isak, for the money we had. You've broke 2 British records. We broke the transfer record twice in one summer. And then we went and bought £79 million worth of Ekitike. You don't buy them free to not make them the linchpin of your team. They should be the linchpin of our team right now. That's who we should be building round. The present is Mo Salah here still, yeah? You can join in. But we shouldn't be building the team around a 33-year-old winger who probably won't be here next season. We should be building the team and now, and I think Mo Salah will be all right with this. People say, oh, Mo's great. Yes, he's one of the greatest. He's my favourite ever Liverpool Premier League player. In front of Steven Gerrard. That's how much I love Mo Salah. But he's 33 going on 34, yeah? He's not going to be here for the next 2, 3 or 4 years like Verts is, like Ekitike is, like Isak is. We need to start building around them. You buy them this summer to build around them. And Salah, guess what? He might actually get more freedom because we're building around the other 3, yeah? And he actually might be performing better because you're building a team around them players and not Mo, which actually might give him a bit more freedom and he actually might be playing better. And we might actually see a better Salah. But at the moment, he's shit. Take the shit out of the team and put fresh in. It's not hard. Have the guts, Slot. Have some bottle. Yeah? Have some testicular fortitude about you. Go to these players and go, yeah, you're big-time boys, yeah? But right now, you're not doing it for me. I'm going to bring you out the side. I've got to look to the future now. I can't keep doing this. The future is Isak. The future is Verts. The future is Frimpong. Yeah, they're the future I've got at this team right now, and I've got to start getting the best out of them. Do you know what I mean? I don't see the problem with this. Do you know what I mean? It's just... And I love Mo Salah to death, man. But we are, like somebody I've seen in the chat says there, we have turned into Salah FC. It's like he can't be dropped. It's like he can't be dropped. The man is a legend. He will always be remembered by me and most of you guys, and probably all you guys in the live chat, you Liverpool fans. We're all going to remember Mo Salah very fondly as a Liverpool legend. There's no doubt about it right now. Mo Salah is a Liverpool certified legend. No doubt about it. But we have got to look to the future, and the future is what is right in front of us. It's Florian Wirtz, it's a Frimpong maybe, it's an Isaac, it's an Ekitike. These are the future. This is what we're going to be using for the next 3 to 4 years, no matter who the manager is. Because I can tell you right now, people might go, well, maybe the new manager don't fancy a Wirtz or an Isaac. Of course they will. Why would no manager, any manager would want them players available to them? It's going to be, do you know how easy it is for Liverpool to get a new manager? All they do is look at our squad and go, yeah, I'll take that job. Thank you very much. Do you know what I mean? You know, take that job every day of the week, man. Of course they would. So you say, right, say Liverpool sacked Arne Slot, yeah? And they're looking for a manager. Every manager will go, whoa, Liverpool's available. Firstly, it's Liverpool, yeah? Secondly, they look at it and go, shit, that team, man. Have you seen the players they got? I could go into there. Yeah? And by the way, Liverpool spend money now as well, all right? They'd be like, yeah, I'm taking it. It's not hard, man. And this is why Arne's under pressure. And there should be pressure at Liverpool Football Club, because we're Liverpool Football Club. We're huge. There should be pressure, right? Slot should be feeling the pressure right now. He knows he's not performing. I want Slot to succeed. I want anyone who becomes manager of Liverpool Football Club to succeed in their job. I really do. You can argue that Arne Slot's already succeeded because he won the Premier League. So it always be remembered. If you like him or you don't like him personally, yeah, we're always going to remember and be thankful for Arne Slot bringing us number 20. We'll always go remember that, and we'll always go thank him for that. It's the same with Rafa Benitez winning number 5 in the Champions League and bringing the Champions League home after all them years, yeah? He's always going to be loved and thanked for it, and same as Arne, yeah? But if he's not right for the job going forward, he's not right for the job going forward. We can't be sitting here scared of change. We can't be. I don't want to go back to the past. If Arne Slot left tomorrow, I do not want Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. I do not want to go back to the past, yeah? I don't want a coach coming back in who might not want to be there for a couple of years because he changes his mind again. And it's like, you know what? No, it ain't for me. I want to leave. I know a lot of people got gassed because that Stephen Bartlett podcast, which, by the way, was shit. 2.5 hours of my life I'm never getting back because there was nothing on that podcast that I've not heard before or didn't even know. But when he said, yeah, it's a possibility of me going back to Liverpool, I don't want it to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen, man. I really don't want it to happen. I love Jurgen. I love Jurgen to bits, man. But Jurgen, you know, you're the past. We remember you highly, so fondly. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, you've got to move forward. We can't keep going back to the past, going back to the well. You know. Things are in the past is the past. Things have to be. You have to move on and go forward. You thank people for their service. You remember them fondly. You move on to the next thing, right? And if that's going to happen to Arne, it's going to happen to Arne, yeah? Big up promos. Says, big up Jane. Can I ask why are you so calm? Is it because football isn't that deep, which I agree, or do you think Slot will turn it around? Which I don't agree with. I want him to turn it around, promo. That is what I want him to do. I want him to turn it around because while he's in the job, I want to back him and I want him to get it right. I'd love Slot to succeed. I can't answer if you, promo, but you know, for me, if he succeeded, I'll be happy. You know, I'd love Slot to turn it round, yeah. Change everything he's doing right now. Get the fan base back on side and tell everyone, look, I told you so. And just go at it and, you know, win another league, Champions League, whatever it is. And we go on this destiny, yeah, for the next 3 or 4 years. I'd absolutely love that. I'd absolutely love that for him. I just don't know if he's the man to do that right now. Look, Liverpool only gave him Liverpool gave him a 2.5 year deal, 3 year deal, didn't they? Something like that. They didn't give him the biggest of contracts. So maybe they weren't even too sure. I'm not sure. Slott's contract is up to be renewed. Right now, I don't know what the club are going to think about doing. I think his contract runs out, is it next summer or the summer after, 2 years' time, something like that. I think it's 2027 his contract runs out. Liverpool been looking at giving him a new deal. I'm not sure what the club will do. But Slot needs to change things around, man. He needs to do something different. I can't watch the Frankfurt game, guys, yeah? I literally can't watch the Frankfurt game and nothing's changed. If nothing's changed in the Frankfurt game, we know nothing's never going to change, guys. It's as simple as that. If he picks a team we think he's going to pick, and it's still 4-3-3, and it's still the way we play against Frankfurt, we know for a fact then, after that game, he's not changing anything, ever. Because to lose at home to this Manchester United team, by the way, this Man United team is still shit, by the way. They were crap against us, yeah? And they still won, which is a worry. But they're shit, right? And if he doesn't decide he needs to change things after that Man United game, and we're exactly the same against Frankfurt, then we're fucked. Because if he can't change it after a bad loss to Man United and 4 games in a row defeated, he's never going to change it. Do we agree there, guys? I think we all agree there, yeah? I'm just hoping that he's got this, yeah? I'm deep down hoping in my guts that Arne changes this, because I want Arne Slot to succeed. I really do. People call me out because I don't want Arne gone yet. I'm giving Arne a little bit more time to get this right. I want him to get this right. I want him to change. I want him to look at the mistakes that he's made, realise the mistakes that he's made, and adapt to them mistakes and change it. I really am. And that's just me, guys. And look, if people want Arne Slot out, I'm not going to sit here and disagree with you guys. I'm not going to... I'll big up Redmond in the chat, man. Big up James Redmond in the chat, my brother. Big up, man. Big up. James, you at work? James, if you're not at work, I can send you the link, man. You can jump on and have your say if you like. But, James, you at work, man? If you're at work, I hear it. If you're not at work, James, you want to jump on, man. I want to give him a chance. I want to give him that chance to try and get it right. But again, I think I can't speak for James. I know James wants to give him a chance as well. But yeah, okay, I'll send it. We'll get James's opinion on here as well. I'm going to send in the link. Let's get James in here. I'll send it to your WhatsApp, James. We'll get Redmond in here and get his opinion on it. I can't. I think James will probably feel the same as me. We want to give him a little bit more time to try and change this around. Give him the opportunity to correct his mistakes, and but at the same time, we can't keep losing games of football as well. I need to see a change. If he changes it against Frankfurt, and we do see a change, personnel change, a difference in the team, then, I can guarantee, well, not guarantee, I can't guarantee anything, but I'd be more hopeful that means he's going to change things going forward as well, and things will start to click and understand, and we do what we do. But it's interesting, man. I don't know how long I'll give him. Big up Tony, man. I don't know how long I'm going to give him till. Look, this next 5 games is massive. That's all I'm going to say here. The next 5 games we've got coming up is absolutely huge. Big up Scraps there. What you guys seeing to suggest he'll turn it round? That's what I want to know, and I don't want to hear because he won the league last season. No, winning the league last season. Look, I've seen managers get sacked after winning leagues, like Ranieri got sacked. Conte got sacked. Mourinho got sacked. Mancini got sacked. Ancelotti got sacked from Chelsea, if I'm correct. So quality managers may be better than Slot at times as well. Have won leagues the previous year and got sacked the year after. So, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. As I said already, I'm very thankful for him winning us that 20th title. I'm very, very, very thankful and always remember him being the manager that won us that 20th title. What I just want him to succeed, Scraps. I'm at that mindset where I want him to turn all the doubters around. Oh yeah, Pellegrini, big up Trudon, Pellegrini as well. I want him to turn around to the naysayers and go, look, there you go. I have turned it around. I can do this, and I will do this. I'd love that. I'd love Scraps. Absolutely love him for Arne Slot to turn this around and put two fingers up to everyone and go, look, I told you, just give me time to get this right, and I'll get it right. And that's why I want to give him that chance. If that makes sense. Let's get Redmond in here, man. Big up my man.
Oi, 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 oi. How are we, fella?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. We'll just have some deep discussions.
Come on, Jay. I can see that you're exercising some demons right now. I can see that you're letting out a lot of probably built up anger from the United game. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, that United loss was just disgusting, wasn't it?
It was disgusting. No, I agree. I thought it was disgusting. And I'm not saying anybody, and especially not you, Jay, because I know you're taking a more balanced side of it than most people online. I know that it's not wrong to be upset about that. It's absolutely fine. I was furious. I didn't even watch the final 8 minutes. I was that angry. I was seething. It was so frustrating to see a team go and equalise and then obviously just fall short at the end and not even be, not be the team who looks like they're going to go on and win the game. That did frustrate me. But what it did expose to me is a mental fragility within the team. Now, listen, people are going to just say I'm chatting crap. Someone just said before, what if Arne Slot keeps doing his thing this way? If he keeps doing it, sorry, he asked, what are you seeing right now from Arne Slot that makes you think he come a change, like that something's going to change? Listen, I'm coming on here nice and fluffy. I'm here to tell you everything is sound, boys. And here's why it's sound. Context matters, and people online don't have the time that these board members do to be able to contextualize what's currently going on, what's gone on recently, and what's gone on from last season. So the first thing I want to sort of bring up, Arne Slot is quite clearly changing the system. He is attempting to evolve the system. So we're going to go from what has been largely a gegenpressing team where you get the fullbacks up. That's what the goal has been. Now, obviously, we're getting that the left back, turning it into a third centre back. We want to create overloads on the ball, and that is an idea that I am absolutely fine with. We have to still work on the press triggers, absolutely. And the players have gone from chaotic pressing sort of to now you have to press at very specific moments. And if you don't press at your moment, you can actually make it look terrible for the team. And that's what I've seen repeatedly this season is just players not adjusted to the new task that they have been given. And here's where it is for me, Jay. I'm not saying 4 losses in a row isn't atrocious. It absolutely is. On paper, it's always bad. When you consider the summer we've just had, it's bad. When you consider the teams that were playing, as you said, Man United are terrible. You should be beating them. But we are a team that's undergoing change. One thing I will disagree with you on, Jay, and I'm disagreeing with most Liverpool fans. You're probably on the side of Cal and things like that. I'm probably on a boat of my own. I don't agree that Klopp should change it. I'm not saying he shouldn't make tweaks. Defensively, we absolutely have to make tweaks. I don't want to go back to the football we were playing last season. We need to evolve. We saw too many holes of that in Jurgen's final 2 seasons. If Slot didn't make the choice of bringing Gravenberch into the 6 and letting Salah just all-out attack and not have to defend, we either don't win that league or we win that league far narrower than what we did, which was 10 points. We won it by. We don't get anywhere near that amount if them decisions aren't made. And he didn't change too much because he'd just come in. And what I'm offering the audience is, who is Arne Slot? In the past, he's been able to overturn pretty bad scenarios straight away. No doubt, on results, this is the hardest that he's had it. But again, Chelsea, last-minute winner for Chelsea. And by the way, remember, Jay, let's have the same energy when we were winning last-minute winners. We weren't coming on here saying we were playing great or we were doing this. We were saying we were winning the games. And you'd like to hope that we kick into form. We haven't kicked into form yet. And now we fell on the other side of those fine margins. If Arne Slot was coming out in interviews and not addressing all the key concerns with our current team, like, honestly, Jay, when I say I've been reflecting on this, have we got the right manager? I've almost never been more certain because he knows what's going on with our team. But the transition has to be stuck with. The new system has to be stuck with. When you say change, Jay, like, what do you want changing? Do you want to go back to the other way that we played last
No.
season?
I'm happy with that, the way we attack. I've said this, recently.
I agree with you, yeah.
Slot, I think, has said it himself. He basically wants to, he believes, 2, 3, 4 goals is what you should be scoring in a game with quality players that we have. All right. So if you look at the way we play in every single game this season, all our players, when we attack, everyone's in the opposition half. Everyone's in the opposition half, which tells you it's all about getting them goals, yeah. And you're still playing with a little bit of risk. I'm all right with the way we attack because I think some of the players have got to take some responsibility in their performances. I just want us to transition better into a defensive team when we lose the ball. That's all I'm looking at. If we transition better defensively, I think a lot more of these results will become W's and not L's.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm all right with the way we attack and go forward. Are we getting the best out of our main striker right now? No, because I think we still put a lot of emphasis on Mo, which I think we'll have to change as we go. But yeah, like, we create a lot of opportunities. We do create chances. The problem is when you look at the stats, some of the things that won't come out is the opportunities and chances won't be on the stats because, the final ball was given away or, they got into the box, but, they were just offside or, shot went over the bar. So the stat don't get called as a written stat. So, but I watched the game, against Man United. Look, it's not on Slot's fault that Isak decided to miss a one-on-one with a clear opportunity to ball in the back of the net. And when you buy £125 million striker, that he probably assumes that's what he should be doing. It's not Arne Slot's fault either when Mo Salah decides not to even hit the target at the back post when he's 4 yards out and put it wide. So we create opportunities to score where players have got to hold more responsibility. But if you're not scoring, you've got to be better in defence. And if you're better in defence, you're probably picking up less losses than we're picking up right now. So yeah. I think that's the only thing he needs to work. He needs to work on his defensive transition because at the moment we're too easy to play against. And if he gets that right, the attack will sort itself out. So I just look at when you buy the players that he's gone and bought, you got to have they're there for the future. I've always said it. Slots, people like Wirtz are here for 5 years of his contract, not 7 weeks. But you've got to also start trying to find a position and a place for them in your team that is going to be building around to them now and for the future. I worry about Wirtz. Wirtz has missed 3 of Liverpool's biggest games this season. He hasn't started Everton, Man United, and Chelsea.
I just think when you say you're worried about Wirtz, do you mean overall? Do you mean now? Do you mean for the rest of the season?
I just
mean his Liverpool career. When you say you're worried, what do you mean?
I don't know. So, in my opinion, I think Wirtz was bought to replace Szoboszlai, right? Because the midfielder that got dropped the most last season towards the end was Szoboszlai. He was starting to hit bench. If you're thinking about keeping Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch as your midfield, you shouldn't be buying Wirtz, in my opinion.
Don't forget, though, Jay, we won the league, so a lot of that was rotation and letting the players just relax because we've won the league, not unnecessary injuries in games that we don't need to win. That was why Szoboszlai was mainly dropped towards the end.
Slot also called out.
It weren't like Nunes. Nunes, he prepared.
Nunes was prepared to leave.
Nunes was prepared to go from the beginning, but Szoboszlai, I think that was more rest. I don't think that was anything to do with it.
But he called out Szoboszlai, to be fair. He did call him out.
At the beginning about his goals. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, when he called him out about goals and assists, and then he goes and buys a midfielder that's known for doing that.
Who?
I think in Wirtz.
Yeah. But that was a year later, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, people will remember. Do you know what I mean? People will remember, and
But yeah, like
I think
you need Wirtz. I think you need Wirtz for what we're going into. So so Szoboszlai was pair. I think you putting two things like two pieces of the same jigsaw, but the wrong pieces together. I think that's where you've got to. For me, last season we played a very specific way. Szoboszlai suited that with the energy and the pressing and so on and so forth. He was excellent. Now we are transitioning onto the 3-2 base where we now try and overload, and obviously we win that way. And the thing is, Wirtz suits that more. That doesn't mean Szoboszlai can't be, fruitful in other areas. He's already proven he can be. Right now it is very much about what Slot wants to be able to maximise is the rotational element of this team, and that's why I don't look at Szoboszlai and go, he bought Wirtz to replace you. I think Wirtz has come in to either add to Szoboszlai, or if Szoboszlai gets dropped by someone else, he gets dropped by someone else. Szoboszlai is not just competing with Wirtz, even though them two are the ones mainly playing in that number 10. Yeah, sure, but we've seen at the moment Szoboszlai is actually being used everywhere. If we need him at right back, we'll have him at right back. We'll take him at the 6 if that's what we need him for. He's the versatile player that every squad needs. That's the way I view Szoboszlai. You might view his best performances at the 10. I agree, but it doesn't mean he can't do me a job at the 6 really, really well.
No, I love Szoboszlai. I've glossed Szoboszlai more than anyone.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. So we need kind of like a Valverde in a way.
Yeah, he's our Valverde. That's what he is.
Who can operate in those areas, even though he's not Kroos, he's not Modric, he's not so on. My point is, though, Jay, is Wirtz can still come in, be the main man at 10, and Szoboszlai is still one of our best players, as he's proven this season.
I don't think Szoboszlai is the main problem. I don't think
he's a problem.
I love Szoboszlai. He's arguably our best player this season.
I'm just saying off what you said, though, Jay, about how he brought in Wirtz to replace Szoboszlai.
Well, that's what a lot of people thought because of the comments Slot makes, and he can't buy that kind of player. He
wanted a more stylistic, adherent, goal scorer.
He wanted a creative player because of the loss of Trent.
But not to replace Szoboszlai out of the team.
No, Szoboszlai has to play. Szoboszlai has to play. I've always said this. I think the problem is, I don't think Slot knows his best 11 right now. And just you're right. You're right. Yeah.
That again, Jay.
I don't know if Slot knows. Yeah, I don't know if Slot knows his best 11 right now. And the reason I say that is because, as you're right, you're correct with the Szoboszlai stuff, and I've got no problem if he wants to play Szoboszlai in these roles, because Madrid fans, I don't believe, had a problem with Valverde playing right back and still winning games and stuff like that. But he loves McAllister. McAllister.
Yeah.
Gravenberch has to play because we've got no other kind of player like Grav, so he has to play. And at this moment in time, you'd argue Szoboszlai has to play. It's somewhere in his team, wherever he wants him. And then you've got Wirtz, who you need to get up to scratch and find a way that you're going to get the best out of him. And
I don't think he's been that bad.
I don't think either. I don't either.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to go as far to say I think he's been decent.
I think McAllister should be in this team.
So the XG represents that we are clearly underperforming when it comes to converting our chances. And I'm sorry, Wirtz has created the majority of those. And when he came on against Manchester United, he was top. So I think I'm not I know exactly what you're trying to say. Yeah. I think just when I see people online saying he's been absolutely diabolical, where to get him in the team.
Yeah, he's actually played well.
He's absolutely.
I thought he played really well when he came on against United.
I was just saying he's a maverick. Yeah. He's a maverick player. Right. And I get we all look at it through a GA lens, but there's a reason why GA merchants aren't in boardrooms. There's a reason why we bought the players that we did, like Ekitike and Wirtz, because the way we want to play with the overload, they suit very well, which tells me the philosophy Arne Slot is currently going with, which admittedly is underperforming, has been agreed between him, Edwards and Hughes, and rightly so. Hughes and Edwards have seen the vision. We know they're football men, especially Richard Hughes. If Richard Hughes had any question on what Slot wanted to change going forward, he'd have the balls to say it to him. He didn't, because the idea is superb. It's such a precise way of playing. You have the teething issues. If buts maybes, your answer bollocks, right? But if we drew against Crystal Palace and Chelsea, and so, do you know what? Let's just even say we found a way to draw against Man United. I don't think half the conversations right now are going on as they are. I'm not saying they wouldn't be going on at all, because a draw against Man United would have still been a disaster. Well, the point is, though, I just think what we're aiming to build, once we do have an identification for the pressing triggers, like even what I was going to say before about what Slot has already identified and what he needs to improve. So I think we both agree, Jay, he needs to get the drills on for the pressing triggers. Like, he needs to refine the pressing triggers better for the team, because the players, they're so used to just constantly pressing. When to press is what's important about the way we're trying to play. You're telling them to undo 10 years worth of one play, or some of them are new and they've come from different styles of play themselves. This is very new to all of them. That's why you're seeing new players and older players.
Yeah.
Do you think Salah's just turned really bad? Because I think it's actually just more.
I just think it's just really bad patch. Form. He's in bad patch here, right?
He's in a bad patch. Thing is, he was the best player in the world for the first half of last season.
The thing with Mo, I think what he's got to do, though, the one thing I will say about
sorry, Jay, I just want to finish my point. I know I'm rambling, but like I came on because I wanted to say this, because someone asked me it before, and I just wanted to get it across, like what I think. And the only reason why I brought up Mo, he's an experienced player, he's struggling, but Vert, a lot of people think he's struggling, and he's new. So the point is, Arne Slot needs to refine the pressing triggers. The set pieces, of course, but again, he's identified this, and I'm already seeing minor improvements. And adjusting like the way the defense is set up for the counters. So listen, I think we are absolutely. I think when it gets to January, February, we're going to be playing a lot better football. I think kind of like Enrique's first 18 months at PSG, it was satisfactory, but it didn't look like it was going for the ultimate goal of the Champions League. Then you get to January and literally they dominated football. Why? Right. Because the players were trained. There was a certain culture. Everybody knew the system. But that came with teething problems. James, tell me what the Slot philosophy is then. Well, the Slot philosophy is to basically evolve us from what is a gegenpressing team. And I'd really advise you to go and read me.
He wants us to be a build-up. He wants us
to be a build-up, and he wants us to kill teams off and to be able to control games. And the philosophy he's going for is way more sustainable for the next 10 years to maximise success than the old one. If you think going back to gegenpressing's the way, I am sorry. Like, we need to get up from this style of football. One day, it was fantastic with Klopp. It was fantastic with all sorts. But we need to evolve. The players we brought in were brought in by Edwards and Hughes to play this style of football. This style of football, which apparently has had no good games since March, complete and utter bollocks. We'd have beat Atletico Madrid 2 or 3-0 if it weren't for 2 quite jammy goals. Like, let's not say we haven't had good performances this season. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's not been vintage elite Liverpool. Let's not forget, we did just have quite a tragic summer. And you know what I'll say, even like not above that, but sort of like along with that, a lot of these players are new, coming under immense scrutiny. They've got their own fan base. I've been seeing people calling Slot a bald see you next Tuesday and all sorts, and I think it's disgusting. And I think 4 months ago, we were watching these players, going to Jota's memorial and stuff, and now like they're getting this type of abuse. Gakpo, oh my God, the abuse I've seen for Gakpo. And I'm not saying he's been vintage, but how do you blame him for that game? And what that tells me is this is a fan base in crisis, in emotional crisis, because they can't control their emotions when it comes to a fucking sport.
You know it is.
They can't do it, Jay. The thick, because this is their life.
I said this about the Anfield crowd, yeah. I think, obviously you'd go against more than I do, but when I listened to the Anfield crowd the last year or two, I think they've been absorbed in the gang and pressing style of Jurgen Klopp. That's what they want to see now everywhere.
It's a foreign thing to see.
Because the crowd is so quiet now, because they want that high adrenaline car crash kind of football to get them going.
Yeah.
And they're so used to that in the years Klopp was there. And it's also Klopp was Klopp, man. He had the city in the palm of his hand, didn't he? And they just...
But it's not just the Anfield crowd. It's people. It's
everything.
It's the foreign view. It's the foreign view of the new style of play. The new style of play is foreign to us. We're not going to just watch 10 years of gegenpress and rock and roll football. Then we slightly tweak it last season, just slow it down, make it more risk averse. And then this season, it's a big change because we've had big changes in the team and everything else. Now is the time to make the change. So would I change what we're currently doing? No, I want it refined. That's what people are missing. It's not about changing the system. It's refining the system. That's why all of our games are fine margins. When it clicks, the hope and the intention is that it goes to 2 to 3 goals. We start to dominate more. And I truly believe that will happen. But we can't do this when you've got idiotic, and I will say this, idiotic, stupid fucking idiots online looking at Arne Slot too emotionally, calling him a ball, see you next Tuesday, this, that, and the other, and saying he needs to be sacked. Now, I get if we lose every game between now and next month, then conversations will grow louder. There'll be more substance. We may see more red flags. But as of right now, there is no collective data you can bring to me and say, do you know what? This man can't win us trophies in the next couple of years, because all the data points towards him winning trophies with us in the next 2 or 3 years. And that's the final point I'll make. Fans who are idiots, stupid online e-supporters, right, who think they know about football, but really they're just wet wipes. They don't look at the data. They just look at, the results. Man United fan said something mean to me. See you later. Do you know what I mean? These board members, Edwards, Hughes, they're looking at the data and going, do you know what? He's got a lot of green flags. There's some systematic red flags right now. Once they're edged out, we could dominate football for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. That's my opinion. I'm not saying Arne Slot is the dog's bollocks, but I trust so much in this team. What he's done with us so far, what he showed me. He's struggling, no doubt. He's making some mad in-game decisions. That happens in mad games. That being said, it does not make me determine his overall coaching ability is crap. You don't go from an elite coach, or should I say a world-class coach, which he was last season, to a terrible coach overnight. It's just not realistic.
No, I hear it. I want to give him time. I've said that. You probably heard me earlier. I was saying it like I want to give him time. I want to give him time to... I want whoever's Liverpool managers to succeed at their job. So
and guess what as well, Jay? All the people wanting Slot sacked do not have a fine solution. What they risk getting us into, if we don't let Slot see this out, they risk losing a potential dominant force for the next couple of years long term. We are sacrificing short-term mediocrity for long-term domination. That's what it is, because the teething issues are there in the system. So you want us to get rid of that, so we can have a bit more instantaneously successful football for a 1-2 year spell. Who would you appoint? Let's just say Enrique became available. Appoint him, get 2-3 years, he fucks off to Barcelona, then what? Do we just go to another manager? Why are we opposed? Why are we opposed to the idea of letting a manager build his team? Why are we opposed to giving a manager 4 or 5 years? A manager who just won the league, a manager who's lost 4 games narrowly, fair enough. But you're telling me, based on right now, the 21st of October 2025, you've got enough to sit there and say Slot should be sacked. Relax.
I mean, he can look. Football's a madness. Yeah, he could turn this around in 5 games and everything's cool again. Football is a mad thing.
But Jay, I'm saying to you, I'm going to give him till January, and even at January, he'd need to cluster fuck it up. Yeah, mate. I think we can really turn it on from January onwards. That might only make us eligible for the cups, but I'm not saying if he doesn't win the league, he's got to get sacked. That is not like how football has ever worked. I'm sorry. Like Bill Shankly would have lost his job plenty of times if that was the standard of football. Paisley would have lost his job very few times, but still would have lost his job plenty of times. And he had the best team in the world going into most seasons.
Yeah, it's true. Do you think there's a couple of... I think there's a couple of things on Slot. I think one of the things is Slot...
There's red flags, but very few in comparison to the green.
I think it is what it is, though. I don't think Slot is very likeable, right?
He's not very emotional.
Yeah, he's not very likable. So when you're not a very likable...
how it is.
When you're not a very likable manager, you don't get away with anything. If you're a very likable manager, you can get away with a bit.
That's why I love him. He doesn't play to the audience. No, he says it exactly how it is. When we play bad, he says it how it is. Every week, people misinterpret what Slot says. And he's not perfect. Like, I'm not going to lie, I haven't found much inspiration of his recent post-match interviews.
No.
But if you look at his ideas, that's what I am inspired by.
He doesn't look bothered. Like, I will say one thing. I will say
shouldn't
about
look bothered
Slot,
by it. He shouldn't. If he's not emotional anyway, then he shouldn't look bothered.
He doesn't look concerned right now.
Bosh.
Right. I will say this about his interviews there. When I watch him do a post-match interview, I don't see him snapping at anyone. I don't see him being like a judgmental or anything. Yes, some people will say doesn't take enough accountability, which I hear that. I do get it, but I think it's just I think it's more of a Dutch way of thing. I don't think it's him personally. I just think that's Dutch people are very blunt. I know Bigger Honesty, if he's around here, tell you this, that Dutch people are just very blunt and they just tell you how they feel, right? And that's what Slot does. So in a post-match interview, he'll tell you, look, Mo Salah missed a glorious opportunity that he should have scored because he's Mo Salah. And he'll just tell you that in the camera. A lot of people like that because they're like, you got to take more accountability. But I don't mind it so much that he tells people. You know, we all loved it when he dressed down Man United in front of the world when we beat them 3-0 that time. We all loved it. You know, we all sat there and go, yeah, Slot's just dressed down Man United in front of the cameras and told them how easy it was to beat them. So I don't think he's changed as a person when you listen to him talk.
Why would he? Yeah, why would he? You know what I mean?
So you might be right. He might have this idea where he feels like, and
he's so calm in his idea. He's so calm in his idea. Let me just call out a stupid person in the chat. Somebody LFC. He says, "Don't call anybody stupid. You are stupid. You're an idiot. Let me tell you why. If I can find your comment,
James, he's a good guy.
I will expose you for the absolute stupid fraud that you are. Right? This is not Jamie's views. These are my views. I think you are a certified idiot." Let me find his comment dead quick. No, so far down, it's insane. Question for James: since January, we have 23 games, 10 wins, 2 draws, and 11 losses. Why aren't you using Arne Slot's first sample size of his first 6 months? Why aren't you using why didn't you use all this for the first 5 games of the season when we were unbeaten? How come we've got to collectively add 2 different periods together? March to May, the problems were different to why they are now. Because guess what? We played our old style of football from March to May. You idiot. You're now combining 2 spells of bad football, one of which was because we won the league early. Obviously, we weren't the most disciplined for the games. Say what you want about that. I weren't the biggest fan. I wanted us to be better in those games. That being said, it was what we took. We got to rest players. We got to rotate. We didn't get any serious injuries. There's fact 1 for you, idiots. Right, fact 2 for you. The bad spell going into this season right now that we're currently going through, call it a spade a spade. It's obvious the players, what they are learning, what they're transitioning into, which in the long run could be better, is something that they're struggling to adapt to. But if you're not going to give anybody any time ever, you would have sacked Luis Enrique at PSG, because you'd have been one of those PSG fans who'd have been like, winning the league's just like having toast in the morning. Do you know what I mean? It's just standard. We need someone who can win us the Champions League. Luis Enrique didn't show the signs that he was going to win the Champions League in his first 12 months. He got rid of all the big names. He got rid of all that. The second he got his philosophy, he went and moved Dembele into the midfield. He went and turned Vitinha into one of the best midfielders in the world. Not because Vitinha is actually the best midfielder in the world on ability, but because that system massively suits him, Ruiz. And, who's the other fella? What's the other fella's name again? The young kid. Oh, what's his name? Neves. These are all sound technical players. Fine. But it's that system made them better. Dembele could play false 9 because the system made them better. You're asking to either go to the old system or change it to a 4-3-3. No, it's about how we build up. The idea is correct because we're getting loads of chances. What we need to refine is the pressing triggers, because that's how we're conceding a lot of our goals. And also set pieces, which the manager has identified both of those things. And as I said, and one sec, last thing, somebody LFC, you idiot, Liverpool wouldn't have half the league titles that we've got, because you would have sacked Bob Paisley and Bill Shankly based on the current standards that you and online idiots try to set for this club. Look at football like real fucking life. No team is ever going to win 10 leagues in a row, unless you're in Germany, maybe. Not in the Premier League, where everyone's getting a slice of the pie. Not a chance. You are a dumb dimwit. If you don't look at what Arne Slot has done at the club, the ideas he's put across, and you don't put a little bit more time into the man, you're an idiot, mate. You're an idiot, and I'll call you it one more time. You are a stupid fuck. That's my rant over. I'm sorry. I felt
there you go.
On Jamie Phillips' channel, I had to say it, but I could not be bothered with that little tit trying to say more comments to me. Couldn't be bothered.
Right, that's okay.
And by the way, I'm online, but I'm not going abusing players because they've lost a couple of games. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going there and saying, we need to get rid of everybody, and going into the comments and saying they're not good enough. You can say that I'm the hypocrite. Sorry for backing a team who's overgone quite a lot of change and just won the league. I do apologise about that. If that makes me a fraud fan, oh my God, you know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people from here live as close to the stadium as I do, and me living closer doesn't make me more of a fan. But I certainly know what the ideology of the Liverpool fans are in and around Anfield. Do you get what I'm saying? And a lot more of them take a more backing approach to a manager who's had our backs through a tough time already, by the way.
It is.
I don't know. And do you know what, Jay? I'll be honest. I'm a little bit emotional about it. And I'll be real here.
Well,
I am
no,
emotional about it with the Jota stuff. I am.
Yeah, I hear it.
No, I am, mate. I am. And that's why, like, when I see people calling Slot, like, a baldy see you next Tuesday and all this, I just think, you are the scum of the scum, and I want you to have nothing to do with our football club. None at all. And then you've got people on here saying he's going to get us in the Championship. So what? You just want to, like, do you know what, Jay? I just can't have the image in my head of sacking a manager 4 months after what happened to it. I just couldn't. I couldn't. Like, I couldn't see those pictures of him at, like, the memorial. And I am being very emotional. Like, I'm being very, like, sentimental when it comes to this. But, like,
I think
when I combine that with what I'm seeing him trying to do, it does make me think people are being so daft when it comes to the discourse around them. And if you can't have that element of sentimentality, then I don't see it as a Liverpool supporter. Not if you want Slot out. I'm not saying that that's what qualifies you as a supporter or not. But if you can't have any sort of inclusion of what the squad's gone through, yeah, mate, like, I don't think you get it. Don't think you get it.
It is obviously very emotional. We're all emotional here. Look, James is emotionally. Everyone's emotional here. Everyone's got their opinions on things and all that. We'll just keep it. Look, somebody at FC, he's cool to me. I'm cool with him.
Yeah, no, I get it.
People are allowed opinions and how they feel.
No,
we're all
opinions.
Yeah.
It's just when you're coming on here and you're saying some of those
things. You can
things.
say what you want. I ain't going to stop you saying what you want.
No, of course, mate. And I'm just saying to somebody LFC, if you got offended, have a better approach next time. Somebody LFC, you know what I mean? If you felt like I was attacking you by calling you an idiot, then that just means you align with some of the things I've just listed. And maybe you don't, but maybe it could just be miscommunication. And I'll probably look back at this and say I shouldn't have handled it the way that I did. That being said, it is an emotional time, mate, and I hate the way the supporters online are making it a more toxic environment for everyone. Don't think they're helping.
I think it's just the world we live in right now. I mean, it's just, we're all highly emotional because, look, we all love the football club. We want the football club to succeed.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it. Some people are seeing
Sorry, Jay. Just to emphasise as well, like look what promo's just put there. He just doesn't think Slot can improve it. I heavily disagree with every bit of that, but I don't mind that. Do you know what I mean? That's just what I want to emphasise.
We're all allowed different opinions. Yeah,
exactly. Of course. I've had many different opinions to people. It's no sweat at all.
Look, I had these. Look, you might remember this, James. I was one of the people that were calling Klopp out a few years ago. Remember when I come on the stand? Yeah. I was calling on Klopp at times, and I was getting abuse, man, even by my own chat. Right? I was getting abused by it, but I saw something I didn't particularly like. Right? I saw something I didn't particularly like. You know, especially in these last couple of years, I was like, "It's what we're doing under Klopp right now." Was evolving from what we were doing under him previously and going down a different route. And it was like, and everyone was blaming Pep Linders for that route, the route we went down with Klopp then. And I was getting angry about it and upset about it. And I was having arguments with people. We live in this emotional time, you know, as a football fan, don't we? And, you know, we've all got opinions on football. That's why football is such a great sport, because coaches all coach different, players all play different, and fans all think differently.
Yeah.
Right. And we all think differently, and we all have
I do just want to clarify to somebody, LFC. I said I apologised if you felt offended. I'm not apologised for anything that I said to you. And I certainly don't think you have a less of an opinion than me just because you're outside of England. I didn't know you was outside of England. I've seen people in England say more stupid things than what you did, mate. So don't try and make it about that. Don't be an idiot. That's what you've continued to be. All right. And you started with this discourse, by the way. You did. You started with this discourse. And if you want to call me stupid, be prepared to get called stupid back, and don't be offended by it. And if the chat and someone else said it, was a gussy up or something like that, saying that I was abusive. Why? Because I called him stupid 10 more times than he called me stupid. Sorry about that. Do you know what I mean?
We're not all going to get along, guys, at the end of the day. And that's just the way
I just had to say that to them. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, mate, because I'm sure they're probably good viewers of yours as well. Do you know what I mean? But
it's cool. It's cool. You're all grown men. Somebody else seen you are grown men. If you want to go back and forth, go back and forth. You know, it's just you're all grown ups here. But yeah. I like discourse. I like people having emotional chat and talking and.
4 games isn't 12 months, though, is it? Guckied up. 4 games isn't 12 months. Relax. Relax.
But yeah, look, somebody's just saying forget about that. Let's forget about it. That's cool. Look, this is what I'm saying. We're all grown ups here, and we can all. Look, it's emotional. At Liverpool right now, it is emotional. Obviously, we had a very emotional start to this season. Things are not going right now, and we're all over the place. I'm all over the place. I'm usually quite cool, calm, and collected. I've been all over the place recently as well. I don't know what to feel. You know, I feel like with Arna, this next 5 games is big, and that's just my opinion because I look at the 5 games we've got coming up. I just think it's a massive 5 games. I also feel like, as a Liverpool fan myself, we can't be afraid of change either. You know, if that makes sense, we can't be afraid of change.
When it's needed, absolutely.
Obviously, losing 4 in a row is massive. Being Liverpool, who we are, losing 4 in a row is a big deal. I mean, it is massive.
Why is that a lie? We've been shit since January. We have not been crap since January.
Well, this is what I'm saying. A lot of people. Look, I love Scraps is my guy. I love Scraps, and me and Scraps have gone back and forward on this. You know, we don't agree on this, so I don't think we've been that bad.
I know Scraps.
Yeah,
I know Scraps. By the way,
Scraps is a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah.
I'm not shooting for all of you. The fella that I shot for before, he called me an idiot, so I called him an idiot a few more times when he called me.
Somebody LFC. He's a good guy to me as well. I love somebody LFC. Exactly, but you two can have your argument.
He didn't call you an idiot. He called me an idiot, so I just called him it back.
Yeah, you
two exactly. That's why I just called him it back because he called me and not you. But like, I just think like, crap since January. Are you crazy? You're off your head. Oh, I swear down, mate. And even like the way, do you know what else someone just said in the chat? This is how you know our fan base is gone. They've just said we need to go back to not buying star players.
Oh, that's because of Jurgen's interview again. That's because of Jurgen's. Have you seen Jurgen's interview yet?
No, not in its entirety, to be honest.
That's because it got brought up in there about not having to buy star players, and him basically saying because the reason he didn't take the Man United job is because Man United sat down with him and told him, we're going to buy this, this, and this for you. And he said, that's not for me. And, you know, and I think Stephen Bartlett asked him a question saying, how, you know, you got the best out of, like, not always buying the best players, but other things matter to you, like, you know, relationships and stuff like that matter to you more. And he's telling you why. So I think that's come out because of that. But look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend, right? The summer we just had is the greatest transfer summer I've ever had as a Liverpool fan.
On paper,
it's just tremendous, yeah. I believe it will work, and I want it to work for Arne Slot. I'm desperate for Arne Slot work. I want Arne Slot to make this work and then put 2 things up to the world when told you so. Just give me time and I'll get this right. Badly want it, James. I want it. So I'm with you on the side of I'm not wanting him out right now. I just need to see him some kind of improvement. And I think what a lot of the fans are worried about, and some of the people in the chat are worried about right now, is they don't see that ever happening under Arne Slot, which, look, again, it's a fine discourse and chat to have, ain't it? You know, we're all entitled to these discussions.
Just do it at the right time. Again, everybody in the chat, if they currently hold the position, Slot should be sacked. They would have sacked Shanks. They would have sacked Paisley. They would have sacked Klopp, as you said before. That at one point in time, you were open to the idea of. These all would have been sacked based on the emotional decisions people are making. Mike Dars, big up to Mike Dars, my brother. And I wish me and Mike need to actually talk on a stream because we speak about this on text and we just go everywhere.
Well, we should do a show, the 3 of us. We should do a show.
I agree. I wouldn't mind getting Mike on the show tomorrow if he wants to. But I disagree with him so much. And he's just said something quite idiotic. You know what I mean? I even say it to me mates. He's just said an idiot point. He's just said an idiot point. I can prove to you we've been bad from January, Mike. I have watched us since January. We have not played bad in every single game. That is disingenuous, and you cannot factually prove a subjective element of the sport. What you might perceive to be absolutely terrible. Because I've noticed Mike's a bit of a perfectionist, and what he doesn't realise, he hates what is also a perfectionist. He hates Arne Slot, the way Arne Slot's being, and he does not like Arne Slot at the moment, let me tell you. And it's because of what he's doing on the pitch, but that's because he's perfecting a system, and it's very different to what we originally had. And we can go for way more in depth than that. I can't do it with Mike now because he's in the chat. Do you know what I mean? But saying I can factually prove we have been bad since January, it's not a lie, but it's a massive misrepresentation because you're not able to do that factually, right? Because it's subjective. And yeah, I'm sorry, we just haven't played bad in every game since January. That is just, don't agree.
Right, Mike, if you're available, I'll send you the link. There you go. You can jump on. You can jump on and have a chat. Jump on and have a chat. Mike, I sent you the link, man.
Need to speak to Mike because we haven't had a chance to do it on a show. We're always texting each other, and like we were winning games, and he was fuming, and I was just like, right, I get that you're not happy with the performance.
It's early
for Mike.
Like
at the level of anger that you are, like, you know what I mean,
Mike. If you're available, I know it's early for you, but if you're available, I sent you a link in your WhatsApp if you want to jump on. Yeah, it's just. Do you know why I think the emotion's so high or low? I think it's because of the summer we had. If we had our normal FSG Liverpool summer, do you think the discourse would be this bad right now?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, mate. I was so reading the chat.
You know, the summer we just had where we've almost spent £500 million and we just bought all these players. If we had our normal FSG sort of Liverpool summer, would the discourse be like it is right now, or would we would we be looking more at the ownership, not giving Slot the chance to improve this team?
It wouldn't be this level, and it only is this level because we had that, expectation set on us from the beginning of the season. It's like people have just completely forgot, like, the amount of change that happened, and they've expected it to be perfect from get-go, 3-4-0 wins, baby, and that's it. I think if we bought, cheaper players, and if all the players we bought for 100 million were actually 40 million, I think people would say different. But listen, 4 losses is still bad. Like, people would still be upset. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say you can't be upset over 4 losses. It was never my argument. It was always to do with the big decisions that these fans are trying to claim to make. It's easy to make that from your keyboard, mate, but you might be throwing away some dominant football for the next couple of years, or winning football, should I say.
You see the bigger picture,
though. When you see people,
you see the bigger picture, right? You see the bigger picture of all this, as you said just now about, you see what he's trying to do, and you see the bigger picture. I said maybe I'm not completely 100% with you on that bigger picture right now, but I'm also understanding what you're saying. Is patience a lost art in football now? Is that what's a lost art? Big up, Mike. How you doing, man?
Big up, boys.
Oh yeah, James has dropped out.
And James is
he'd be back. He'd be right back. His internet went a bit scuffy. He'd be right back.
No, but big up, Jamie. It is very early, but I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to hop on a stream with both you guys. I think that
I ran away the second Mike got here.
Mike got here.
Mike actually said, James, you don't want this smoke. You don't want this smoke, James.
No, this isn't about that. This isn't about that, James. This isn't about I'm right, you're wrong.
Peace. This is peace finding.
Because I said to James just now before he left that, James sees the bigger picture, the bigger outlook going forward under Arna. Some people don't see it. And I was just saying, is patience one of the things we lack in football now as a fan? Is that one of the big things we lack? Is the patience to see something change from something we've been so used to for almost 10 years to going into something new, and having the patience to wait and see that happen? Or is everything has to be instantaneous winning, guys? Is that what it's about now, football?
Go on, Mike.
Is the patience there? I've asked an actual serious question for the first time in the show.
I think in theory what you're saying is true, right? People aren't patient, and it's not just Liverpool, it's Chelsea too, it's Arsenal too, it's Man City too, it's every fan. The only difference here is right now I don't see what I'm being patient for, right? With those other teams, you can make arguments to say, I'm going to be patient because I can see what he's building towards. I can see how we're trying to play. Even Manchester United, like Ruben Amorim does the same thing every game. So it's like you're being psychotically patient in this sense because it's just not worked for so long. But right now, as of this moment, October 21st, since the turn of the year, because there was a difference in the way that we played from August to December than how we played from January to May. Since then, I have been patient. I have been trying to see what the ultimate goal here is. I mean, I remember last year I would go on Husam's show or I would go on Enza's call in, and I would be being called negative even though we would win the game. Yet it's like the patience that I had was the same. It's like, what are we doing? I do think what you're saying is true, Jamie. I just think that it's a double-edged sword, and you have to have something to be patient for. And as a Liverpool fan right now, I don't know what I'm being patient for, which is why I'm so vehemently emotional about the state of the club and the state of Arne Slot. But I'm also not Arne Slot out. I'm just at DEFCON 5. Like in America, we have this thing called, DEFCON, and when it's global thermonuclear war, it's DEFCON 5. Like I'm looking at the radar here and I'm seeing everyone get their nukes ready. I'm at DEFCON 5.
Yeah.
So you see, do you know everything that Mike's just said, except the fact he doesn't see where we're going? I pretty much agree with. I don't think. Am I off?
Yeah.
I think I might be
you're
off.
right.
One second.
No, you're good. You're good. James, you're good, man. If you want to carry on, can you hear us?
Yeah, he might not be able
to. No, he froze there. He froze there. So you're not. Big ends. If you want to join the discussion, man, I can send you the link, man. If you're free, if you want to join the discussion, Ends has had some great debates on this. On this channel as well.
Ends has great thoughts.
So Ends, let me know, man, if you want to join the discussion. So you're not quite on that slot out train yet at the moment either. What makes you? Because there's a lot of people that are slot out right now that's just had enough. They can't see anything's going to change. They want improvement. They don't see it ever happening under Arne. What with you not being Arne slot out just at this moment in time, wanting to give him a chance, what do you see something there then that makes you feel like he can turn this around?
I mean, the number one reason why I'm not fully on that boat is I don't know who we would get to replace him. So it's like, do I deal with the certainty of what I have or the uncertainty of what I have or the sure uncertainty that I have? Like, who am I going to go out there and get? So if you can answer me that question and you can give me a spectacular answer with a 12-month plan, maybe we can have that conversation. But to me, it's just, I'm not quite there yet because I believe the solutions to be so simple. And I've seen football under the same manager against the same team, in fact, that we can play with the new players, like adding Alexander Isak, Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz. It doesn't change anything if we play the way that we used to play. It's just that for some reason, Arne Slot has decided this whole season that the main game plan is to play it in a different way. And I've seen it in certain instances, particularly Bilbao in the preseason, Everton, Atletico Madrid, Bournemouth when we went up 2-0. Like, I've seen it, but then the players change for some reason. And, of course, this is all rooted in the build-up, how we build ourselves out of our own half, because that's what I believe to be the root cause. But it's really just, who are you going to replace him with? And also, these aren't rocket science fixes. If a guy with a mustache from California who's an American can diagnose and show you and get people to agree with him, don't you think Arne Slot gets paid £8 million a year could figure it out? So I got to give him some leeway. And also, we're only back 4 points, so I'm not gonna go DEFCON 12 yet, if that makes sense. But go on, James. I know your internet's been bugging. If he's here, or if he could even hear us.
Oh no, internet's gone.
Oi.
Ends is on the way as well. Be at Ends, man. Ends is on the way as well. No, I hear you. I mean, James put up some. I don't know if you heard James's earlier about he sees the bigger picture. He sees how things are going to change. He thinks like we just got to be patient and take time with this. I understand what you're saying as well. We're trying to come away from a system that we played under Jurgen. And no worries, James. Under all them years of the way we play with the gegenpressing, the high tempo, high pressing, and he wants to move away from that. And the players he's bought, he feels like will move away from that kind of system. So, yeah, let's get what James feels on this. I think he's all right now. You ready to go, James? No? Is he there?
At this point, he should just join on his phone.
He can't hear us.
He should just screw the Wi-Fi, and he should just.
Have you got your mic on? Have you checked your volume, James?
Saying that I've got 10 connection as well. This is weird. I can hear you, but then it comes 10 seconds after.
There we go. We can hear you now. He's got a bit of a delay.
No, I'm still not here. You're still not there. Honestly, boys, we're out of time.
You're out of sync, are you? You're out of sync.
What is going on?
Yeah, we'll get Enz in here as well. Let's see if Enz is in time.
Boosh.
There you go. Enz is in time.
He's definitely on time. He's definitely on time.
You need to, give the laptop a bash a little bit.
Just hit it a couple times.
Yeah. The hamsters aren't spinning.
There we go. Let's see if he's in now. He's still delayed.
James said,
James, reboot your laptop. Turn it on and off.
He sent for Mike, and then Mike joins, and he's got
the
internet don't work now.
Mike sent him like a Trojan horse or something.
Yeah. He said, "Nah, get Mike on. I need to say some stuff."
We have. I text James a lot, and we have some very healthy paragraph written debates between each other. But listen, at the end of the day, it's like, if you can back up your opinion, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, I'm happy to just sit here and have a conversation, as long as we're not yelling stupid banter like Mo Salah's washed or Konate sucks. Because listen, the Konate slander. I think I got into it with Jamie on Husam's show one of those days. After that performance against United, I'm not going to hear it.
No, you had one good game, man.
Jamie, he's had a couple of bad moments. Where he's been left hung to dry.
Fan.
Oh wait, no, that's fine.
I'll die on that hill, man. I'll die.
Sorry, Jay. I joined in just on the score, so I joined in on the back end of the conversation. What was the conversation, so I can get up to speed?
Well, it's been a bit emotional, but it's basic. Look, as you're very aware as well, En's doing this. Yeah. A lot of people are not very happy with Arne Slot right now and want him out.
Yeah,
I'm not completely there yet. I want him to succeed at this.
That's fair.
And stick two things up the well and see just give him a bit of patience and he'll do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be up James when he comes back in, he'll probably tell us, but he sees a bigger picture of us trying to turn us into a different football team than we were before under Jurgen. So that's pretty much where we're at with everything. Here's James now. See if his internet's better. No, he's still laggy. James is still laggy.
It's because he doesn't want to debate Mike. I think that's what it is.
He's ducking the smoke.
He didn't want the smoke from Mike, so he just the internet just packed itself up now.
Yeah, James, get an Ethernet cable, man.
Look, until he sorts out his internet. Look, I do get it from some fans' standpoint in terms of they don't want a manager gone yet, which is fair. But I also think if you're looking at it as it's just 4 games, then I would understand your opinion on that. If you think it's 4 games, then not a problem. But I think with some of us, we've looked at that in terms of the style that we've been playing, the inconsistencies with what we're trying to do as a team is where a lot of other fans have got the issue with and why they probably want him gone. I don't look at just the 4 games. I'm trying to look at what is the direction. And then obviously, I'm sure James is going to be able to tell us the direction because I didn't get to hear his part in terms of the bigger picture. What is the direction of what we're trying to do? Because all I've seen is football that doesn't suit the team that we currently have, with shoehorning players into positions that they're not good at the moment in terms of the system. You're using Kirkes more as an inverted third choice centre back. I don't know what you're trying to do with him.
Yeah.
So you're not utilizing his skill sets. Bradley he got into the team for being this high energy, tackling centre right back, but you're using him as an inverted, like you'd use Trent, and he's not Trent's level in terms of his passing attributes and stuff like that. McAllister, in the old system that we were trying to do, you suited him. As we saw last season, he had a really good season, but this season doesn't suit him. Soboslai's now a right back for some reason. Played more games at right back than he's probably played in midfield now. And then Florian Wirtz, the guy that you bought to go and create chances, he's creating chances, but then you don't want to play him in the big games and just take him out. Salah isn't performing, but you keep him in. Gakpo is doing Gakpo stuff, being predictable, but still scoring and assisting, I guess. But he's been very predictable. Ekitike is probably the best striker to play right now in form, and we're choosing not to. So I think it's just a culmination of different things he's doing and different choices the manager is making. And I think that's where many people have an issue, because we don't see the direction. And I'm telling you, bro, like, there's so much people I've spoken to. There's so many comments from people that from my channel, from my community. They're not happy with it. And I get it. But I also get the argument from some people. It's like, why would you want him out? It's only been 4 games. And I get it. If that's where you're looking at it from, I understand that point. But when we say we're only 4 points behind, we were 5 points clear at one point. So it's not just 4 points behind. It's been a 9-point swing. We were 5 clear with the opportunity to go 8 clear.
Yeah.
And now we're 4 behind. So that's 9 points.
But ends the one point that I want to make that I think a lot of so to try to put this into perspective, right? Even though we have played, in some of our opinions, the worst football that we have ever seen as being a Liverpool fan, this is my opinion. This has been the worst football I have seen in my 15 years of watching this club on a week in, week out basis. We're still able to create enough chances where we can look back and we can say we could have won that game. Now, my issue is that if we had been more clinical, because, like, listen, overall, Crystal Palace, that's why we have Alisson. That was like a Jurgen Klopp transition game. Like, we have Alisson for those one-on-ones. A couple of too many, but in the second half, Florian Wirtz could have had a double, and all of a sudden it would have been 2-1. Fast forward to Chelsea, Mohamed Salah could have slotted that in halfway through the game. Whole landscape is completely different. Go to Manchester United. Listen, Cody Gakpo hits the target on one of those 2 post hits and hits the target on his header. My issue here is that even if those results had gone our way because we were clinical, which is how I feel how the whole back half of last season went, I would still be here saying the same thing. It's just that the narrative against me would be, why are you complaining that we're on top, rather than why aren't you giving the manager time?
And Mike, I also don't think you need to even look far back, because I think exactly what you were saying in that first 5 games of the season, and this is what I think people forgot, right? In that first 5 games of the season, when you were mentioning these things, I was mentioning these things, the things that I could see, and everyone's like, no, but we're winning. We're showing championship mentality. We're showing champions mentality. We're showing the grit.
I drank some copium for sure.
And
I drank some copium.
when you're winning, the problems doesn't seem like a big issue. And I get that, because you're winning. You're like, no, I don't care. I got the 3 points. Who cares about performances? Who cares about how many shots our keeper is facing? Who cares that it takes 1 pass to open up our midfield? Who cares? We've won the game. And this is what I said. We've stuck to our guns in terms of what we were saying. We was like, look, we're happy about winning, but if we want to be this dominant team, if we want to be this team that's going to go and dominate football, we have to stop these opportunities. We have to nullify these things, and then we can build. And it's great that we can see them while we're doing well. It's great that we can see these issues while we're winning games of football. But now we're not winning games of football. Not being the excuse of like, oh, we're going to get back to there, because when we were winning, we pointed these out. Now we're losing and we're still not fixing these things. And I think with some people, when we said about January, the manager himself come out in the interview and said, from January, we haven't been the same team we were in the start of the season. And he said, teams have figured us out. He said in January, teams figured us out, so we couldn't play the way we wanted to play. So, okay, not a problem then. But they took 6 months to figure us out, and now we're taking 10 months and not fix that either.
We've also shown the solution. Like in the preseason game, starting 11 versus starting 11 against Bilbao, we proved the exact solution. If you go back and you watch the Manchester United away game, of which we won 3-0, ends. I sent you that clip, Jamie. I'll send you it too.
Yeah.
If you look at the way we decided to build up the structure, we basically did a 3-2. We always had 5 in our own half. There was always 2 guys around the center circle with the 4 at the back. Sometimes we had Trent there to unlock, right? One pass is all it takes for Trent, but we don't have him anymore. But that was only one part of the clip. And I think it was like a 3-minute clip. To me, it's just like the solution here is so simple, yet for some reason, every week, Slot, you want to build up with 3. You want to build up with 3 in our own half, and then you want there to be 20 yards between the back 3 and the front 7. Like, all you got to do is drop 2 or 3 of those guys, build up with 5 or 6. We have the talent. Like, if I have 5 guys building up at the back, I have 400 million pounds worth of players that I can get the ball to. I need to trust that. I'm sorry. I just need to. I need to trust that Florian Wirtz can win a turn. I need to trust that I can get Mohamed Salah a long ball and he can isolate himself. I need to trust Cody Gakpo. And if I can't trust them, well, then I need to play different players. I need to play who I can trust. But I guess that's really where all my anger comes from, is that I think the solution is so simple. Therefore, I'm so vehement in my anger. But then, people are going to be like, you just hate Arne Slot. It's like, no, I want him to do the simple thing, but what I've already seen him do. Like, that's my biggest issue, is that I've already seen him do this. And just for one reason or another, he isn't. And I can't really wrap my head around it, which is also why, when people are like, where's your blame for the players? I'm like, well, that's a double-edged sword. I can't just attack them without looking at what they're being asked to do. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rant, but go on in.
Anyway, it's James here. James, you here? James here.
This is incredible.
No.
This is.
I told you,
James's internet was perfectly fine.
You don't want the
before I
smoke.
came.
You want it.
It has to be me. Listen, it has to be me. It has to be my California internet.
Mike's always chatting this, whatever. Get him on. He gets on. And
Well, James. I think it was that I was basically doubling down that I can prove that we haven't been great since January, and I know that James doesn't agree with that. So I think that was the point that he wanted to contest with me, because he even texted me after, like, I think before the United game even ended. He literally said, "I am sorry," to me, unprompted. He texted me, "I am sorry."
I'm actually all right with the way we play as an attacking unit. My issue is that I keep saying this: it's the way we defend. It's our defensive transition, how we, I understand what Slot wants to do. He wants to outscore the opposition. He wants to score 3 or 4 goals, shut games off, finish it, and then control games of football from there. But obviously, you can't always get your way and score goals. So you have to think of something else. You have to keep it tight at the back. And the problem is, when we're not scoring goals or taking our chances, that some of the players have got to take responsibility for. With the way we're defending in transition, we're just so easy to play against. And that's my main issue at the moment. If I saw us a bit more defensively solid and we break up play better on when people attack us, and then we go try and do what we've been doing going forward, I can see what we're trying to do, and I think you get more W's than losses right now. You get maybe a couple more draws than the losses we've had, because you can see an identity what we're trying to do. But the way we're so easy to play against, like, it's one long ball over the top constantly. It's what players they play it all the time now, and I think that's where people are getting a bit fed up as well. This defensive.
Do you know what? I look at the team as well, and like, if you were looking like the team that, like, say Klopp took over and stuff like that, you'd be like, I could get it, like, why the team ain't playing good. You look at this, I don't understand how this team can't play good football.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Jamie, my only counter to you would be, I 100% agree that the transition defense is a problem, but when you decide to build up with only 3 in your half and everyone else is progressing forward, like when Konate is carrying the ball, no one's coming towards him. The whole pitch is moving away from him, right? So the further we spread out, one bad pass, and all of a sudden it's 7 Liverpool players behind Manchester United's midfield 3, and it's a 3-on-3 or it's a 4-on-3, right? Even if it's equal numbers, these are Premier League footballers. Like, I don't care how bad your team is. Man for man, you can beat us in any moment of a game. So that's my problem. It's that I think that the root cause of our transition looking so poor i.e. Bruno Fernandes's miss, right? Like, you know, when I forget who played, I think it might have been Delo, played the long ball to Ahmad, and everyone was ripping apart Kirkez because Kirkez wasn't in position, right? And then Ahmad gets into the box and he plays the back heel. I mean, technically, we had 6 in the box. It's just that McAllister went for the ball rather than cutting off the passing lane because there were 2 center backs just waiting for him to cut back. Like, that's really the issue, is that we're so disjointed offensively that we become disjointed in transition. If that kind of makes sense.
No,
I think it's 1-1. I think the way you set up in possession is directly correlated to the way you're able to counter other teams' counterattacks. And the more disjointed you are, the more mistakes you're going to make on the comeback. Because, you know, for the most part, we dealt with the danger. It's just one guy wouldn't cover the right lane, or one guy wouldn't make the right move. In that instance, it was McAllister, but that's not the first time he's done that. So I can't harp on him too much.
Hey, chat. I need you guys to when James is back, just spam say he ran from the debate with Mike. Just spam that.
Ducking. He's ducking the smoke.
Mike.
So I don't know if you've seen Jamie Carragher's team. He thinks Wirtz should play. Slot should play from now on. So this is it here.
Yeah. I saw
This is the 11 Jamie Carragher thinks we should be playing from now on. Wirtz on the left, Ekitike behind Isaac, Salah on the right. What makes me laugh with him saying that, he also goes on to say we shouldn't have bought Isaac in the summer.
And he also said we should drop Salah as well.
Yeah, and then he picks that 11. So, like,
I mean, this is insanity. You're going to play McAllister next to Gravenberch? Really? That doesn't solve anything.
It don't right now because of his form, but I do believe at our best, McAllister and Grav are the best in that pivot.
Yeah, for sure. When we actually build 5, when we build up with 5 players, that's our best midfield. But McAllister can't do it on his own. He can't.
No, McAllister's not in form whatsoever right now, for whatever reason it is. Injuries or whatever. I think that's saying that's winding us up as well. Like, McAllister's blatantly not in form, right? Blatantly not in form, whatever reason it is. I think
he's wearing a shower cap.
I mean, that wasn't a good look, was it? He looks like he runs in pain, don't he? He's not got any athleticism at the moment. But he plays because Slot obviously believes he's like the brains of our midfield. And I agree with that. At his best, he is, right? But if he's not in form and he can't move and can't run right now, I don't know about you guys. Every time I watch McAllister, midfielders just run off him with ease. They just run off him with ease. And I keep saying it. The way Slot wants to play, he's got a perfect midfielder in his team for him. And that's Curtis Jones.
Yep.
Curtis Jones is perfect for the way Slot wants to play.
Curtis Jones will occupy the center circle, Jamie. He also calls for the ball. He asks for the ball. He takes the ball. He runs with the ball. He moves with the ball. And do you know what? He's not looking for the Hollywood pass. He passes it easy. He passes it simply. Yeah.
Which actually gives you control, right? I think sometimes we've got too many players that want to look for the Hollywood pass all the time in our midfield and invade that area of the pitch. So Bosley and Gravenberch at the moment invade our area because Gravenberch is allowed to be a narrow number 10. So Bosley wants to be box to box. So you're invading that area of the pitch, so we're easier to play through. Curtis Jones is perfect, man. I don't know what my kids are doing, man. Jesus.
So Curtis threw a punch for me. So
Curtis has to play
with that guy every week. Yeah, I love Curtis. He's the only midfielder in that game that decided at some point to say, you know what, screw the coach, screw the system, I'm gonna do it myself. And he went into the box all on his own. He attacked the space. I mean, albeit it wasn't a great shot, but it showed me something. It showed me what Ekitike showed me. Ekitike was like, you know what, screw it. Everyone's running away from me. No one wants to show for the ball. I'm just going to run and shoot it from 25 yards. Screw it. I mean, one of them should have been on target, but it doesn't change the fact that the sentiment is there. Those are 2 players that at some point in the game were like, you know what, screw the game plan, screw the coach. I'm just going to see space. I'm going to play football. I'm going to attack. And unfortunately, Szoboszlai, He doesn't like to do that. He's very robotic. He's very rigid. Gravenberch has to pick his moments. And as you said, McAllister just doesn't have the fitness to run like that for 90 minutes because he's wearing a shower cap or because he just got off of a long flight from Argentina. I don't know.
I love Mac, I do. But the thing is, though, when you can't run, you can't move, and you haven't got that athleticism in your play right now to play in that midfield role, you're a liability to the team and you're a liability to yourself. So take him out the firing lineup and put Curtis in there. If not Curtis, change it round. But he's not the only one. Obviously, a lot of people are upset about Mo Salah's form right now as well. You know, his form is not great right now. Obviously, went from the best player in the world last year to now, like, what the fuck's happened to Mo in that space of time? What do he's having romantic trouble? What do we think has happened with Mo, guys? Let's get on to Mo here. What has happened with him? Because, as I said, last year is tremendous. This year, something's not quite right with him. Is it age catching up with him now? Is it just he's out of form and it's just an easy thing to say, this is the worst form in his Liverpool career and he'll just pick back up?
I don't think it's his age, bro. I think he's one of the most fittest players you get. I just think it's the players that he's playing up against now don't fear him as much as they used to. And then they realize all we have to do is stand him up and take the ball off of him and just be aggressive with him, and you get some change out of him. I feel like for him, when you're getting older, and he's obviously slowed down a little bit, but he's still really quick. I think you have to adapt and maybe shift position or find a different way of playing within a team to get the best out of yourself. Last season, we found a system that works best for him. Like, we just knew, right, you're going to score the goals, you're going to get us the assists, we'll do the leg work, dog work for you. This season, the manager has changed that system. Clearly, but that's not how we're playing. But Mo is still doing what he did last year. But the system doesn't revolve as much around him because we've bought so well in terms of Verts. You got players like him in the team, you'd expect the ball go through him. He creates. Isak, you say that's the guy you want to go and get goals. Cody now, he's taking more responsibility, whether you like him or dislike him. He wants the ball more now. He wants to be the guy now. He wants to score goals. So Mo's now not getting as much as he naturally would. The problem Mo has is he's not getting himself in the games either. So in the games where we're not passing out there, where it's going into and he keeps losing it, you'd want him to go, do you know what? It's not working today. Let me just get on the ball. Let me try and get on the ball, get a few touches, move the ball around, come short for the ball, play a couple of 1-2. Gakpo, switch with me because I'm not getting no change over here. Let's swap for like 5-10 minutes. We're not even doing that. So I think that's what Mo's issue is at the moment. And he just needs to be protected from himself because he's not in form, but we keep trying to just play him into form. But it's the detriment of the team currently. I think take him out for a couple of games just to let him like cool down, like maybe the pressure on him as well. I don't know. Cool down, go and sit on the bench for a few games, my guy. See, and then we'll go from there. Play someone different. Trust someone else. Trust Chiesa. If he keeps using Frimpong as the right guy, use him then. Play him as the right winger for a few games and then see what happens. And then you can bring back Mo in. We can't rely on players we have to wait for the moment because the moments aren't coming at the moment. And I'd rather you then come on with half an hour to go and then say, give me the best half an hour you can give me then. Give me the best 40 minutes you can give me, whatever the time is that you decide to put him on. But at the moment, he's making poor decisions. Passes are not really there. The shooting, he's missing the target a lot now as well, which you don't naturally put him down to. He normally hits the target a lot more than he's missed it. But he's in a team now where the players have come in to be them and be him. And he's used to being him in the team, being used to everything goes through me. I'm the guy. I get the goals. I do the Mo Salah celebration. I'm King Mo. But now you got players like Verts. You got players like Ekitike. You got players like Isak now that go, I don't care who you are, my guy. I want to do my thing as well. And I think that's the main issue. And we just need to protect him from himself. Just take him out. Take him out the team for a couple of games. Nothing wrong with that.
We got James back.
Is James actually here? Hello, James?
I can hear.
I think we're building into it. We're building into it, but it's still statutory.
James, have your say quickly.
You keep talking for now. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sam?
Yeah,
Go on,
we can hear you.
go on. My say is basically, go on, sounds right. Let's do this thing. So basically, I haven't been able to hear much of what the lads have been able to say. I've missed like a tremendous amount because my Wi-Fi has been trying to twat me. Basically. Do you know what, boys? I probably don't disagree with a whole lot. I think we all... Let me see if I can get my camera back on. Yes, here we go, the boys. Yes. I think my side of it is... I just see, like Jamie said before, I see a bit of a bigger picture. I see us being able to go from the poor football we've been playing to the football where I think Arne Slot is going to take us. And I think that's why... What I'm seeing right now is a lot of red flags and a lot of players trying to get into a system they are just not used to yet. I think we've seen a big drastic change in the system from last season, even the end when we were poor. That's why I don't agree that using the way we were bad last season at the end to this season is right. I think we've got to separate the two. Look at this one in its isolation and go, right, we've had a lot of new players coming in. Some of them are more youthful. We're seeing players being a bit out of positions. We're seeing players miss out on the pressing triggers, which is a key part of the way we want to defend. But would I be lying if I said I didn't see what Slot was doing? And I know Mike said he didn't see it, but I think I can see exactly where we're trying to go. But right now, we're just seeing the side effects of changing the system after that long, if that makes sense. I don't know how much of that you heard, but you can try and summarize that as best as you can.
We heard it all, James.
Yeah,
like
that's why I wish we could have had like a proper talk.
Yeah.
We heard you.
I know. I just want to see, James, for me. I just want to see. Maybe you explain if you can, like what you exactly see, or maybe like a few points of that. Then I can go, do you know what? I can see that, and I've seen that, and I can see that. And just before you answer that, just on a quick one. So when Mike and a few of the fans are saying since January, it's them from the gaffer. The gaffer said, teams figured us out from January, and we haven't figured out how to combat that. And the problem we have is from January, the football itself hasn't been great. So the way we build up, the way we've been defending, we still found a way because Mo Salah was in tremendous form. He was scoring goals, getting assists, and so did the other players that were doing their job. The problem you have is that's now seeped into pre-season, and then it's seeped into this season, the inconsistencies. So when you're saying I can see the bigger picture, what we're saying is we've got evidence from January where it wasn't great. The manager then backs the point up, and then we're going, okay, we're going to win the title. I defended the boys going away on holiday as well. Some of the guys berated me for that because they said, no, it didn't show level of professionalism. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. But I just enjoyed it. I like that we won and I wanted to. But then I realized because we done that, that's now seeped into preseason. And I looked at the inconsistencies in preseason. I was like, that don't look good. We started the season, but what's happening is that first 5 games, it got kind of brushed under the carpet because we won the games. We won all those games, so no one cared. And I was like, no, but transition, we don't look good. The attacking, it looks like we're all over the place. The system don't look like there's an idea and there's no pattern to what we're trying to do. It feels like we're just letting the best players do what they can, and then we'll just hope to get the best out of it at that point. Now we've come into the back of losing 4 games, and I think now everything that we saw since January is now looped round to now this point. And I think that's where many people have an issue. So it's not the point of the 4 games, the block of the 4 games where everyone's like, no, get him out. It's from January round to...
And he dropped.
Round to this
he
point.
Dropped.
Yeah, so it's from January round to this point where everyone's going, I tried to not see that, but now I have seen what everyone else has been saying. And when you say 4 points, I'm like, no, it's a 9-point swing because we were 5 points clear and now we're 4 points behind. So in that period where we was like, all right, whoever cares, no one cares. Now we're 4 points behind and without no identity, no style, no look like, we're going to change this. I don't have any confidence that we're going to be better than what we are now, but we should because we got a talented group.
So to me, the lack of confidence is rooted in Arne Slot's own words. Like, I don't think that I think the only change that teams have made is that other teams understand now 4 at minimum in the middle of the park. Like that's really the only change. We were the ones who decided to change the way that we played football. We have not played football the same way from January than we did in August of 2024. So I think a lot of the change that Arnie is putting on other teams and their approaches are really us not building up the proper way. But there was one thing I wanted to say on Mo when you guys were having that conversation that I don't think anyone else is talking about. But to me, I think that when you have when there's three specific players on the pitch who spend 80% of their time on the other end trying to build up the left-hand channel, and Mo isn't finding himself in games, when he finally does find himself on the ball, I feel like Mo is just being rash. I think it's like a mental thing. I don't think it's form. I don't think it's fitness. I think it's mental. I think it's Mo gets the ball in that position and he realizes, I barely had a touch. I've got to make an impact. I'm Mo Salah. I got to put this in the back of the net. Because if you look at the United game, in transition, Mo is not the problem of this team. I mean, that ball to Cody Gakpo is world class. That split three defenders. Cody Gakpo took one touch and had himself a one-on-one. The second ball to Cody Gakpo, where I think it might have been like off of a set piece. I don't remember if it was a free kick and then Mo got the ball and then he played it in behind the third time Cody Gakpo hit the post. No one else in this team is looking up and picking out Cody Gakpo and playing that cross. It just isn't happening. It's just when Mo finds himself in the box, which he rarely does now, and he gets the ball, he's rushing because he's like, wow, I'm in a position I haven't been in for 65 minutes. I got to do something. I'm Mo. I got to put this in the back of the net, even though he could have just squared it to Florian Wirtz or Alexander Isak, and we would have scored. Or against Chelsea, all he's got to do is put it on target. It's just, I think it's a combination of we aren't playing to benefit him. And when he does find himself in those moments, mentally, he's rushing because we aren't playing to benefit him and he doesn't see the ball. So it's like, on one hand, he's out of form when he gets those chances. But on the other hand, how much am I supplying him? What's my sample size? And right now, the sample size has decreased drastically. So, therefore, I expect the numbers to go down. I mean, if you just view football from a conversion percentage, perspective, the less chances you get, the less goals you're going to score. The more chances you get, the more goals you're going to score. Mo only gets 3 chances a game. What are the odds that on the day he's going to make one? What, 30%? 33%, 35%? But what are the odds if he gets 9, which is what we were used to last season? How many times did Mo miss it last season, but still ended with 1-1 or 1-0, and then everyone just forgets? That's all.
Big up, guys.
Big up, Cameron.
Yeah, man. Look, the while, I mean, you've been on this as well for quite a while, Enz, and respect that, because there's not a lot of people that have. I think the biggest issue is, I think we've got with his own team, with his own tactics, I think we've probably got a top 4 manager. And I know people don't want to say it, but I think we might only have a top 4 manager. And I think last season, I think a lot of it is down to remote settings. I just think everybody knew what they were doing. It was carry on, rerun it, with a bloody good midfield. That's what it was last season. And look, I did a show yesterday and I went through all of the games and I went through all of the stats. And this year has been horrendous. We conceded 49 goals in 2025. That's a lot of goals. And that's only the back end of last season and the start of this season. There's 49 goals, in 36 games. And we've lost 12 games and drawn 6. Okay, we've won 22. 5 of them, I mean, we could have lost 5 of them at the start of this season because teams are getting roughly as many chances as we are now. And it's a massive issue. And you talk about Mo. I don't think Mo's the problem. I think Arne Slot's tactics are the problem for Mo. Because everything last season, when Mo did I don't know, what was it, 29 goals and 17 assists or something in the Premier League, which is insane. Absolutely insane numbers. Mo had a goal involvement of 35 in the first half of the season.
just think of how involved he was. 35 goal involvements in the start of last season. The back end, he had 20, and this season. So all of that adds up to 20, which means Mo isn't being utilised with the system. That's the biggest problem. Mo's touch levels have gone down from like over 50 to 20. And I think the biggest problem with Arne Slot right now is I think too many players are touching the ball too much. So the touch map for the amount of passes and holding onto the ball with a lot of players is quite similar around the areas. So all the defenders hold it, all the midfielders hold it, and all the attackers hold it, but nobody holds it longer than like the best player doesn't hold it the most. The most creative player doesn't hold it the most. Because like Trent had like 80 touches plus, you know, nearly like 70 to 100 passes a game. Like nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that at Liverpool anymore. Like we bought a creative player, like in Florian Wirtz. Like the guy's not even playing. Like the manager for me is on crack right now. Like he's completely lost the plot. Like how are you not playing Florian Wirtz against a Casemiro Fernandez midfield? Like what are those guys supposed to do? Like to stop him weaving through them and just bamboozling them? Like just play more players in the midfield against Manchester United because they've only got two. I mean, you can see them, like, and they're old and they don't run that much. Like your whole tactics were just crap. Like they've been crap all season and they've been crap for 2025, unfortunately. And the only way it's going to get better is if it gets worse, because it's going to get worse, and then there's going to have to be a meeting, and then
Well, there already is,
and then maybe something is gonna the penny's gonna drop.
Okay, Matt, you got echo on your mic, by the way.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Really?
I can't even hear it.
but there already is a emergency meeting today. So
Is there an emergency meeting? Okay.
yeah, it was announced. It was announced yesterday that an emergency meeting was called, and I'm like, okay, you're 5 weeks late and $1 short. I don't know what to tell you, big guy.
Now I've got
2 weeks.
feedback. Right, hang on, let me just mute people. Hang on. Right, is there feedback now? Someone talk.
Yo.
Mike?
It's not me.
I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's gone now. Right, carry on. I think it's gone. Yeah, I think it's gone.
I just I'm in the mindset of I can look at players and I can look at individual moments where players are failing me, and I'm happy to make judgments on those. I'm happy to sit here and judge Florian Wirtz for not putting it away versus Crystal Palace. I'm happy to sit here and judge Mohamed Salah for missing the target. I'm happy to sit here and judge Cody Gakpo for cutting in and shooting too many times. I'm happy to do all of that. But the one separating question that you need to ask yourself is, why do I see this consistently? What is going on that constantly leads to this? Because if it were just moments, I think we would all be sitting here singing a much different tune, right? But it's not just moments. It's a pattern at this point, and it's every game. And why hasn't it been addressed? Like Cody Gakpo, the amount of times where he would cut in, and it's Isak, McAllister, and Mo Salah on the other side of the box, and it's Milos Kerkez 30 yards behind him, and it's Ryan Gravenberch 50 yards, to his 2 o'clock. What do I expect him to do there? I expect him to cut in, and I expect him to shoot. So it's like, at some point we got to start looking at the moments and saying, well, what do I even expect him to do there? And if I am expecting him to do the same thing that he did, how angry can I get?
I think as well. I just think we all kind of expect Liverpool to just go back to the well. Like the wells run dry, lads. I'm sorry. Like the Wells a 34-year-old centre back who's been flogged and played forever, constantly in pointless games by Jurgen, and Mo Salah's he's a 33-year-old winger. Like There's 33, 34-year-old wingers who are playing charity football matches now. Like, I think we're expecting way too much from the guys that have already delivered so much for us. Like, the manager has to start putting faith in the players that he signed. Like, what did you sign them for? Like, why did you sign Jerome Frimpong? Like I have no idea why this guy was signed. He's not a right back. Like, the last time he played right back was for Celtic, like 5 years ago. Like, he's not a right back. He's a bloody good right winger who gets a lot of GA, possibly 20, 25 a season on a good day. And he's got lots of pace, which is something we haven't got. He's really good at pressing as well, which is something we haven't got. And then you've got your best informed player. You're not even playing him. Like, Hugo Ekitike scored what? 5 goals in what, nine starts? Is it 9 games or 9 starts? Something like that. Like, the guy bags.
Hugo Ekitike, Wembenyama is my hero. Okay, if Wemby doesn't play, I'm pissed. Either play him with Isak or don't play Isak. Wemby is our best player. He has to play.
You've literally got, I'm not kidding you, you've got over 60 GA from the German league all sat on the bench against Manchester United, and you are just serving us shit sandwiches from your attack again. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, it's just bizarre. And we can all sit here and go, oh, we've got a strong bench. I'm sure Richard Hughes is thinking we've got a strong bench as well when he paid 300 million for it. The guy's probably like, what the hell's going on?
Did you see Florian Wirtz's numbers off the bench in the 29 minutes he played? So could you imagine if he actually started the game? Like, that's another problem I have. We need to stop this narrative that, like, Arne Slot is this tactical master that makes these halftime substitutions. Okay, if we want to view some of these in isolation, I get it. But when every single week I'm sitting here at halftime and I'm saying Arne Slot's going to make the right changes, I got to start asking myself, well, why does he consistently put himself in this position? Why isn't he learning from the last game and saying, hey, let's start this game how we finished last game, and then maybe we won't have to adjust this upcoming halftime? I mean, unfortunately, he didn't even do it at halftime. He waited till like the 65th minute or the 70th minute to try to do anything for the game. But that's just another narrative.
Crazy thing is as well, and you're right with that as well. He had balls last season, and he just dropped players. Like, he dropped Trent, he dropped bloody Quansah, and players were like, "Whoa, hang on a minute, this guy's ruling an iron fist. Like, I might get dropped here." So, but right now he's not dropping McAllister. Like, has McAllister actually touched the ball in games? Like, I've seen his numbers. Like, it's absolutely like he's been space jammed. He's been space jammed, McAllister.
What's the solution then? Because I know a lot of people probably listening going, nah, man, just moaning and blah, blah, blah.
Play all the players that you signed. Like, what's the worst that can happen? It can't be any worse. You just lost 4 games.
I think we need some solution. Like, what's
Two solutions. Very, very, very simple. You ditch the back 3 buildup. Get that out of here. It's gone forever. Never to be seen again.
Well, Dutch total football. You want to ditch that, Mike?
Automatically, if Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister each hang out on one end of the center circle, right, and they're rotating around that center circle together, right, and then you have the back 3. Doesn't matter if it's Kirkes, doesn't matter if it's Robertson. You know, you have Konate, you have Virgil van Dijk, and you have either, you know, the right back or the left back, and then you have the 2 in front. If you build up with 5, you actually put our midfield in the position to win a duel. You put our midfield in a position to not be outnumbered, and you solve so many problems. And we have the video evidence to do this, because we know, well, if McAllister can play a 1-2, he can break into space. If Gravenberch can just get a turn, he can break into space, and you have all of the talent in the world with the 4 in front of them. You have to ditch this whole build up with 3, and you have to ditch this whole super spread out football. Compact the structure and build up with 5, and you will see we will be defensively sure, and also we will be more deadly going forward, or at least we'll look more congruent. And then I'm happy at that point to lean on some individual brilliance, because at least I know that the structure behind the individual brilliance is solid. So I don't have to sit here and worry, well, what happens if Mo gets dispossessed here? Or what happens if Cody Gakpo, shoots it gets blocked and it falls to Bruno Fernandes? So, I don't want to. I'm definitely not one of those people that's going to sit here and moan and not offer you a solution. But
where is James, man? I wanted to hear see his vision, bro. I need
No,
Mine's
he's
slightly
in
different.
there, it's gone, man.
Mine's slightly different. So mine is
stuck in the smoke.
Mine is you play your back four, yeah, and you play your back four the way we played the back four under Jurgen. Like, you let Kirkes be Kirkes, and you let Connor Bradley be bloody Connor Bradley. Like, Connor Bradley broke into the first team because he's not a bad right back, but right now he's being an inverted right back and he's no good at it because that's not his job. Kirkes looks like a bag of spanners right now because he keeps on having to go into midfield, keeps on getting the ball passed to him when he's got no space or he's on the wrong side of the pitch with his foot. Like, so that's just, have your back four as your back four, yeah? Have your goalkeeper as your goalkeeper and don't play this sweeper keeper crap because Mamardashvili can't do it. This is with Mamardashvili. I'm sorry, but drop the number 10 shit. Drop it. I can't be dealing with this number 10 anymore. Like, this seems to just be controlling everything, whether we play a number 10. Like, who's going to be the number 10? Who's sacked the number 10, have a defensive midfielder, which is Ryan Gravenberch, and have 2 number 8s. And on the left-hand side, have Florian Wirtz as your number 8. Because at the moment, McAllister's in Florian Wirtz's position anyway, most of the time. So you might as well just have him there. So put Florian Wirtz in midfield in a 3 with 1 defender behind him, and put Dominic Szoboszlai next to him. Dominic Szoboszlai can then cover for Mo Salah because you want to play Mo Salah because he's the best player in the world when he's on form. So you play him, and then you play Alexander Isak up front, who you spent 125 million quid on. And then you can have Cody there. You could have Ekatike there if you want. You could even play Rio there if you want. Okay? And then you've got your team. Back to basics. Make us tight. Make the midfield compact more. Like, this number 10 doesn't work. It didn't work with Szoboszlai because he didn't actually do anything as a number 10, apart from do loads of defending. Right now, we can't get on number 10 into the game anyway, so what's the point? So you might as well play your number 8 on the left-hand side, being Wirtz, who can move into space. He can move into space, because that's what he can't do right now. He can't move into any space. So then you have him there, and he can create. He can create for Isak. He can create for whoever's on the right side. He can also create for whoever's on the left-hand side. Right now, Wirtz is too far away from Salah, and none of our attackers have got any joined-up passing. No passing lanes, no joins up control in anything they do right now. It's literally one player. It goes from Virgil to Dominic Szoboszlai to Mo Salah. That is the only passing lane that we have this season, is that. And that just makes sense. And there's a lot of players that can play that. And if Mo Salah's not playing, you play Frimpong. I thought Frimpong was signed to be Mo Salah's backup. Like, I thought that was the whole point.
Who set up Cody Gakpo 5 minutes after being on the pitch?
Exactly, mate.
I think
it's really simple. Really simple.
I personally think Connor Bradley's Liverpool's best right back, and he should play right back. I don't think we can see that goal to Man United, that second goal of Connor Bradley's on the pitch, because it was Szoboszlai not understanding that a right back has to play defensively. He got caught out of position, and we concede the corner from there, and there's the goal. I think Connor Bradley's still on the pitch. That goal doesn't happen. That game finishes 1-1. I don't think actually Connor Bradley did anything defensively that bad in the Man United game either. I actually think he was actually having quite a decent game, to be fair. I don't know why he got taken off. Yeah, going forward, maybe people can talk about it and all that, but defensively, from a defensive standpoint, I thought Connor Bradley was actually pretty decent against Man United.
Connor Bradley had a game for Ireland. I think he had like 26 duels in that game. Like, he had a really good game for Ireland, and he got booked, and he obviously got suspended for the second game. But he was the guy that was doing stuff.
Yeah. Listen, Connor Bradley in that game against United, countless times when we were playing, U-ball, as I like to call, and the ball was going around the back of our pitch, there were so many times where I'd be sitting at the TV and I'd be watching Connor Bradley breaking, trying to make a run, breaking, trying to go for an underlap. Just he would enter space and the ball wouldn't show up to him because Dominic Szoboszlai standing there pointing. Hey, no, go backward, go that way, go over there, other way. We were not allowed to go towards the opposition goal. Move it the other way. So Connor Bradley, listen, he's probably the best underlapping right back that we have at this club. And as we know, Mohamed Salah prefers an underlap to an overlap. Like we've already seen that with Frimpong. When Frimpong overlaps, 9 times out of 10, Mo's just using that to have him drag away a defender. He doesn't like passing to the outside. But when Connor Bradley underlaps, and Connor Bradley's good in tight spaces, we've seen this many times. Real Madrid being one of those games. The guy can play at the edge of the box. He underlaps. It's just that we don't have any sort of consistency there. So I think they all look bad because Mo Salah, the biggest injustice to him is that you're playing 3 different right backs. One of them isn't even a right back, and there's no consistency behind who's playing. And each one of them plays with a different rhythm. So you're asking Mo, someone who's played with the same right back for 6 years, to all of a sudden be able to read what a non-right back is going to do, what a right winger at right back is going to do, and what an actual right back is going to do, whose name isn't Trent Alexander-Arnold.
And a central midfielder.
Yeah. So it's
the thing is, I've seen Mo Salah cook without Trent in the team.
Yeah.
I've literally seen us cook without Trent in the team. Full stop. I just feel like no right back for Liverpool is going to get any momentum right now if we just don't keep picking the same right back to play every week. I would literally go with Connor Bradley every week. He's not the popular choice, but I actually think he's Liverpool's best right back. So go with Liverpool's best right back. Play him every week. He's the best defensively. He might not be the best going forward on the outside, but he does give you something, that underlapping area. And I think the simple thing to do right now is just play Curtis Jones in midfield. When Liverpool were going through a little bit of an issue through the midfield and not playing well under Jurgen Klopp, he started playing Curtis Jones there, and our form picked up because Curtis is very good at receiving the ball. Him and Gravenberch are our 2 best pressure assistant midfielders. So if you want to play out from the back and you want a midfielder to receive the ball under pressure and is good on the half turn or keep it simple and control it, then your 2 best right now are Curtis Jones and Gravenberch. So if you play them 2, you're going to get more joy building out from the back because you've got 2 midfielders who can receive the ball under pressure. Curtis Jones also keeps it simple. He's not looking for the Hollywood pass. He likes to play it simple. He runs into space. He can ball carry as well, like Gravenberch can. Gets you higher up the pitch. I just think it's, I think he's, I think his obsession with McAllister, even when he's not fit, is a bit weird. McAllister, as I said, he can't move. He looks like he's in pain when he runs. He looks like he's got a headache all the time. You know what I mean? No, he does. Man looks like I don't know what's happened to him, man. He just don't look physically up for it. And I know people will say he scored against Puerto Rico. I'm sure Enns would score against Puerto Rico. Do you know what I mean? I'm not too worried about international football too much because it's almost a different sport to club football. Because tactics are different, setups different because it's international football. You get more free reign to do what you want in that sort of sport. Just bring Curtis Jones in, man. I know people in the chat don't like Connor Bradley. The thing is, guys, he's got to pick one.
Yeah.
And just stay with him. Connor Bradley is a good player. The fact of the matter, he plays one game, then gets dropped, plays one game, gets dropped. I don't care how good you are as a footballer, you're going to get no momentum. Pick one and move.
What I don't get with the taking the right back off in every game, like, I don't understand. What is that tactic? Like, is that purposely just to make Mo even more ineffective? just take your right back off every game, and then Mo's got absolutely nobody to make a run on the blind side for him to take away players. Like, madness.
The thing with Mo right now, I don't think it matters who's right back because he's not playing well anyway. I'd take Mo out of the team because I think Mo at this moment in time is playing against us more 4-4-4. Right,
We've got three
And that's when-
passengers.
He's just look, guys. People want to change formation and system. Yeah,
Mhm.
can we literally change formation and system if Mo Salah has to play every week?
No.
We can play Frimpong instead of Mo on the right in my system.
But if Mo's going to play, you can't change
No,
it, can
no.
you? I want to play 4-4-2, right? I want to play 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1. I want to play.
You always need to have a
right
player that
midfield.
does Mo's dirty work. Like, you
Yeah,
always
I
have
want to
have
play
that.
Frimpong right midfield. I want to play Verts left midfield. I want to play Matu in the middle, and then Ekatike dropping in behind Isaac. I think that'll give, and then in defensive transitions, that'll give us more stability as well in that midfield. But if you go play Mo Salah can only play if you go play a free, and that tells me we always go play a free. You know, he's got players at the moment. I can understand. Maybe me and James might be the only ones, but I can understand what Slot's trying to do, and who he's trying to, and what he's trying to do, and what way he wants to play. But the problem is he's picking the wrong players to do it.
Well, he hasn't got them.
He's picking the wrong players. He has got them. He just won't pick
all the
them.
players he signed don't fit what he wants to do, which is bonkers.
Is
Absolute bonkers.
Chiesa going on? I need to see. Is the pictures of the squad out yet? Who's traveling?
Oh God! If Chiesa's not on that plane, there's going to be a meltdown.
If Chiesa's not on, if he's not on that
The
plane,
problem
DEFCON
is-
6. DEFCON
The
6.
problem is, would you actually play Chiesa over Cody though? After
Salah.
Cody's game against Man United,
Play
I'd actually play Chiesa on the right.
him over Salah, Jay.
Yeah, I'd play him on the right. I'd play him on the right now. I actually thought Cody had a good game against Man
If
United.
Mo Salah starts tomorrow,
Squad ain't that.
that alone,
He doesn't play
that
the
alone.
three players that played in a German league against a German team. Then I'm done. Like seriously, like you literally have three players that have all played in the German league. One of them played
One
for
of
that
them-
club.
Yeah, one of them.
And if you don't
was at
play them
Frankfurt.
against them, then I'm done, mate. I'm sorry. I'm done.
If I see
He is
Mo
on crack.
Salah's name starting at right wing, that's I just don't care anymore. Like dead ass. I just don't care. You know what? Forget it. Screw it. It is what it is. The guy's just not going to change, and it's going to have to work. Otherwise, get ready for a big fat 0 come May.
Yeah, I'm gonna convert my channel into playing Hogwarts Legacy instead.
It's a great game. It's a great game. A little bit too short though.
No, that's mad. Man United only conceded one more goal than us, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Man United have actually got structure at the back, though. If you actually look at their back three right now, they've got a structure there that they actually want to go with. They've just not got their midfield right. With Liverpool right now, I understand that I'm happy with the back four. He's just not got his midfield right. We've got no structure in our midfield. And he needs to find out what he wants, because Szoboszlai is undroppable right now. He's arguably our best player this season. Gravenberch has to play if he's fit, because we've got no other one like him. And he loves McAllister, so what do you do with Vert? So, unless you play Vert's left wing, but then if Chiesa ain't playing left wing and Cody plays, then you ain't going to really. I don't know what he's going to do, man.
I don't think he does.
I think Slot is trying, like James said, he's trying to change the philosophy and a way of playing, and it's going to take time and patience. I get it. Everyone keeps talking about the passing out from the backs, the full-backs. We haven't got. That's why Szoboszlai plays right back, because he passes out from that right back area. I hear it, man. I hear it, but we don't have to play that way. That's the thing as well.
Shouldn't be.
It's also the way we don't actually have to play that way, where the fullbacks have to be the main pressers, the main passers of football.
Is that like
from the back.
is that like now a
way.
rule, like where we have to play this football?
Yeah, it's like the fullbacks have to be like Kirkes and whoever's playing right back and left back. They don't have to start the build up. We can literally play into our midfield. It is allowed. You can go Virgil and Canate, just bang it into the
Virgil's
midfield.
really
start
good
from there.
at breaking the line passes into midfield.
And we start from there. Like, because we play from out to in, and then it all comes a clusterfuck in the middle, yeah? Why don't we just start maybe thinking about playing from in?
Because you guys on the outside that started the moves are now on the inside.
Yeah,
it isn't even just that. It's just that whoever has the ball in our own half either has to pass backwards or make a 20-yard pass that cuts apart two different players.
Risky.
It's like you either have to pass back or you got to take a massive risk, because like the amount of times that I would see either Szoboszlai or Kirkez or Konate and Virgil get the ball and they're just walking forward, but everyone, the whole front seven just bombs. I'm like, where are you going? Where are
Were
you
they
going?
supposed to pass it to?
Why have we been linked with Semenyo? So I don't know if you guys see that. Is it Mike Douglas?
Yeah,
Don't get me started.
He is a legit source, yeah. So if he's saying it, there is some truth behind it, right? I like Semenyo. I wanted Semenyo in the summer. People were telling me, Jamie, no, he's not actually that good, and now they're all saying he's blinding. Semenyo's a footballer, yeah. I get it. We should actually got him in the summer as Diaz's replacement, yeah. But Chiesa can't play. Semenyo actually going to get any game time.
Listen, all I'm going to say,
Virg can't get a game.
all I'm going to say,
Where's
if we buy anyone in January and we don't change the way we play, the only difference is going to be we're going to change the name on the back of the jersey that we decide to yell at. That's it.
I will say, though, Semenyo does give us a different way of playing than Gakpo does, because Semenyo wants to stretch and get run in behind, yeah? None of our wingers want to run in behind. They all want ball to feet. So
how's he going to get the ball, though?
you just drop it in
no
behind.
need to
Just drop it in
and
behind.
run through the team.
We just spent
drop
half
him
a
behind.
billion pounds. I don't think that the solution to my £500 million problem is to make it a £600 million.
Why not, Mike?
The thing is, Mike, if like James said earlier, if Liverpool's plan is to change the whole philosophy and the way we want to play after 10 years of what we have been doing, you do have to change the whole philosophy of Liverpool. That means actually like replacing literally everyone at the football club. Change that way of playing.
Yeah.
So you still have to go in the market and still get them players. So that's why everything can't be done in one summer. If that's what we want to do.
Sorry, like, but for the same price of Semenyo, you can go and get Elise. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, there's 100 mil right now, bro.
He's an absolute baller. Elise, just
no, that's after. That's the summer.
prize in the
That's
bag.
the summer. We're going back in.
Listen,
again. Okay.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if this summer comes, no matter what the results are. Mo's gone, and Virgil's on his last year, and Gahey is basically playing like the whole, this is going to be my position next year. And that's if Real Madrid don't lure him to them. I see the vision. It's just that, to me, right now, there is no player on planet Earth that can personally excite me, because there is no player on planet Earth that I believe I can slot into the system and make any difference. The only player that has ever existed that could do that hasn't existed for 15 years, and that's 2010 Lionel Messi. So unless you can enter a time capsule and you can bring the greatest Messi of all time to me, there's just no player that I see.
Mike, listen, we're about to get Schlotterbeck, Guehi, Alife.
I already did a stream on all that.
Do you know what is obvious though? Yeah,
million, bro. By the end of next summer, we would have spent 900 million.
We probably are going to. And the thing is, Slot obviously realised that the centre back issue was a problem, because he got Leone in and he tried to get Mark Gay in. So that would have been two centre backs this summer.
Yeah.
So he obviously saw that as a major issue, and that's what he was going for. So it wouldn't surprise me if we still got a Mark Gay or someone like that in next summer for free. But yeah, they've obviously got this plan of moving the club forward for the next few years. And look, maybe we've all just got to be patient, man. Maybe all this works. I'll be down in a minute, woman. Yeah. Can you go away?
I just go to your friend.
Yeah, I've been talking to my friends. Yeah. Do you want to say hello? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Right, now go.
Dad.
For God's sake. What?
Dad.
Yeah.
I said to them that Rocky.
Yeah, you can have a chocolate biscuit. Go and get one. All right, there you go.
Bribe.
That's a half term, man. Half term. Jesus Christ. Right. I'm out of here because I've got to go and feed them, apparently. I didn't know you had to do that as a parent. But yeah.
You got to feed the kids.
I'm sure we'll talk more of this in the weeks to come, guys. Obviously, we've got the game tomorrow, so hopefully we do see a change. Maybe Salah and McAllister get dropped and he goes 3-5-2. Who knows? Let's see what happens tomorrow. I bet McAllister and Salah play. Nothing
James,
changes.
just before you go, can you
James.
I'm gonna message him as well. Can you message Hammers and tell him that you ran from Mike? Just say you ran from Mike. That's
I'm
what
texting him.
Well,
listen.
me and Hammers should be
texting
live
right now.
tomorrow. So me and Hammers should be live tomorrow. So yeah.
You ran from Mike.
Why
That's
did
what you have to do.
Hammers look like an
texting
oil
him.
rig worker?
I'm texting.
Yeah,
him right now.
his internet went absolutely balmy, man. His internet went absolutely balmy. It's all good till Mike came on.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
saying,
sorry. I'm sorry. I messed it all up.
Mike sent me a Trojan horse or something like that.
My bad, guys. My bad.
Right, guys, we're out of here.
I'll,
Big up, everyone.
Peace out,
Cheers
man.
later.
Go and follow these guys on the socials and YouTube channels if you've not
Yeah,
done
good to
so
speak to
already.
you again,
Go
Lens, man.
and
It's
do
been a
it.
while.